Hey, what's up? Uh, yeah, impromptu. Decided why not? I'm sitting around watching TV. I was actually watching this World Cup thing on Netflix that just came out, and I was like, let's see if anybody's around, wants to hang out, talk. I guess Yvonne wants to talk about Alice in Borderland. I haven't seen Alice in Borderland in like freaking forever, man. That's like such an old freaking show. Um, so I don't even remember what half of it's about. I do remember the weird chick you're talking about though. That was weird, but yeah. So I'm just hanging out, trying to I don't know, see if anybody's around. I'll throw a link up in. No, season two's been out a lot longer than that for here. Season two of Alice in Borderland I saw months and months ago. That's the one where like they're getting the face cards and stuff, right? Like they're trying to kill the face card people, and they all like have their shirts off and they're being like weird, right? And the blimps and all that shite. Yeah, I finished watching Sweet Home. Also, what else have I watched? Man, I've watched. I don't know. I've watched a lot of junk lately. I don't know. So there's so much junk on TV. I don't even know how to root through it. I and then you start thinking about stuff like freaking like Aquaman 2 came out. What's up, Lau? Nothing much. Just hanging out. Stuff like Aquaman 2 came out and like nobody even like remembered. Like I don't even think anybody's covering it. Did anybody cover Aquaman 2? I know I didn't. I forgot it was even out. Like yeah, that's been out. I don't know. It's been out here. Alice in Borderland season two's been out here for a long time. So no, it's been out for a minute. I watched it months and months ago. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. Like I don't know. There hasn't been much lately to be excited about TV wise. I mean, Reacher's really good. Reacher has been good, and oh, well, all right, brah. Jeez, man, bruh. I texted you, and you're like, "Fuck off." So hold on. There you are. Yeah, I was thinking about starting Sea of Stars, but I was outside all day, brah. Like my day was spent outside. I went shopping and I dropped my daughter off at like the place, and I don't know. I haven't even paid attention to any of it. So yeah, I've been outside doing stuff all day, hanging out with family, playing Hero Quest. Uh, hey, what's up, man?
What's up?
I
How you doing?
I I haven't done any computer stuff all day. I didn't make a video. I could have made it. Not nobody watches my video, so who cares? But I'm gonna
Same
come
here.
up with
Nobody
just
watches my shit either. So
I'm gonna just come up with some of the most random content ever. I'm just gonna be like I don't know. Just what's up, Nick? How are you? What's going on? Just switch to reading a while back and just watch podcasts like this to keep up on with how bad things have gotten. Well, that's probably smart. Things have gotten bad. Like I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what good stuff has come out lately.
Yu Hakusho.
Was that I watched it? I don't understand any of it.
It's a fighting show. What is there to understand?
It makes no sense. There's a pit to the devil in the middle of China or Japan, and he's wearing a
Uh,
weird green tux, and he's not dead, but the
yeah,
guy's
there's.
gonna
It's like
the
Dragon Ball. There's an afterlife in that
the
show too, in that series too.
the devil's got a binky for some reason, or if maybe he's God. I don't know. I watched it because you wanted to talk about it, and we never talked about it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
I've only seen
how
the
do you know
anime
it's good?
because people I trust have said it's good.
Oh,
So
okay. Well,
that's
I don't
that's
know.
that's that's the reason. So
It was weird as hell. That's all I know. It was weird. Like, it was very weird. I don't know,
so
but
salty. I did go for a walk. I just came back from a walk. So
it's like 9 o'clock. Go for a walk. You go for a walk.
I went for a walk
What's up, Robert?
yesterday at 2 a.m. or actually this morning, 2 a.m. Central. So it felt like Tehran Riyadh, like there was nobody outside. I felt like I owned the entire city.
I don't say it was. I just didn't understand it, right? Like, I mean, it was just sort of like. I mean, I watched the whole thing, and it's only 6 episodes, so it wasn't bad. It's just like I'm assuming it's something like you use probably something that if you've watched the anime, it makes a lot more sense. The live action has more meaning, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's spread out over 60 episodes, whereas this show only has 5 or 6. Yeah,
Was it 5? It might have been 6.
Yeah,
5 or
so
6. But
yeah,
it's not
so
hard. It's just like silly, dumb.
so like the tournament stuff. That's a show that's shown in anime. That's for boys.
It's just like I don't know. I did like the fat suit guy that was stupid smoking the cigars. That was pretty funny.
I don't remember.
He's a big fat guy in a purple tux.
Big fat guy in purple tux.
He's got some girl that cries fucking tears of diamonds. That's the Ninja Kid's sister.
Oh,
and then you have Leaf Vine Boy who uses the vine whip to kill people and stabs them with rose thorns to kill them from the insides.
Oh yeah, I like him. He's good. He's a good character.
It's like, why are they friends all of a sudden?
I don't know.
They're the good demons.
Well, they didn't in the anime. They weren't friends right away. Like they initially started off as enemies.
They start off as enemies, and then all of a sudden they're friends because I guess the plot needed them to be friends.
Netflix is I don't know.
It was like, you're stealing the devil objects, and then there was the one guy that was the pedo guy that tried to eat kids' souls, and he had to kill him to free the kids' souls, and then the other two, they all became bros to kill the big bad guy who was just like, oh, I lost, and shot himself. It's just like, okay,
I gotta ask you, how many episodes was the that tournament?
1.
No way.
Yeah, it was like 1.
The dark tournament was 40 episode arc
1
in the anime.
Yeah, they ran up a cliff thing.
The guy with the guy with the sunglasses, terrifying dude,
that buffs up. It's like,
yeah, like he's the big bad for 40 episodes.
I mean, I think maybe 2. It might have been 2. Maybe
you're telling me they did the entire dark tournament arc.
I mean, because they had the backstory where they showed why he didn't like the girl that just decided to train you. Is that his name? I don't even fucking know his name. Is it you? What's the main guy? What's the green coat guy's name? There was too much reading involved, so it was hard.
I mean, I never remember their names.
Green coat guy, whatever green coat guy, but the god or the devil or whatever the hell, Binky Boy that was in charge of death. He sent Yu Hakusho.
Yusuke Urameshi.
Okay, Yusuke. Yeah, he sent him to Power Girl Ninja Fighting School, and he sucked at it. But then annoying guy chopped a rock in half because you really
Kuwabara, that's the
Kuwabara really
his rival.
Really wanted to cut a rock in half, so the power of want compelled his hands to make a lightsaber and cut it in half. And then Yasuke decided, oh, I don't want him to be better than me. So then he got the power of some ball of light shit in his tummy that led him to victory against Royd Shades guy.
Yeah.
The end. And then the bad guy just shoots himself in the head. He's like, I lost.
Watch the anime.
I'm not watching the anime. You're not watching the anime.
It's dubbed. It's
dubbed. What do you watch the anime for?
Because it's good. Because it's good.
One Piece. Berserk is life. Wheel of Time is existence. The Bible is universe. Well, I hope we're not talking about shows. If we're talking about books,
Yeah, Berserk manga. I think is what he's talking about.
then what are you talking about? Those are the exact events of the show. Like,
Yeah, I'm with you, Nan, on this. Yeah, I
that's
think
the
you're.
exact events of the show.
He hates anything with subtitles. He hates
He
like
turns into a ghost. Binky Boy makes him freaking like gives him the spirit gun thing. Then he fights the pedophile demon, kills him. Then he goes after the friend demons, and they're like, "Oh, we're friends now." And then they go to train with the freaking Uber ninja chick, who gives the one annoying guy ninja sword talent, and gives Yasuke fucking ball the sphere of light talent, and then they go to the dark tournament and they win, and that's it. That's the show. Like like that's exactly what happens. Like, what's up? Jay? What's your question? Like, I don't know how I'm misinterpreting anything. That's exactly what happens in the show. Why is he friends with the demons all of a sudden? Because why don't those demons want the demons from hell to come to freaking earth? Why is that bad for them? I don't understand. They're all demons. There's good demons and bad demons. Maybe you should explain how that happened or why that happened. It like had like 6 episodes, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like I'm surprised they just. It seems like they rushed it.
It was
I
like
don't know.
it's what
I have
it
to
was
watch. I'll have to watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
completely rushed, man. Like, what's up? What's up, Gray? How are you, man? It's New Year's Eve over here, and we're having crazy thunderstorms. All the best for 2024. Thanks, Gray.
Are they thunderstorms or is Gojira?
What's that? Who?
Is Gojira? Attacking Japan.
What? Oh yeah, red coat. But yeah, okay. So red coat dude, and then Ninja Sword Demon wants to rescue his girl, his sister. So they're all buddies all of a sudden.
Look.
Like, why did he need his third eye? They didn't explain why he stabbed himself in the eye, in the forehead, to make a third eye. He just had it. I don't know. It wasn't great.
Did you watch One Piece?
Yeah, I watched One Piece. One Piece.
What do you think? What do you think of that one?
I enjoyed One Piece.
Better than this?
Yeah, it's much better than this. This was just like, I don't know, like the special effects. The special effects for it were actually pretty darn good. I was surprised about that. Like some of the
in One Piece or in this?
In Yu Yu Hakusho, the some of the special effects I actually thought were, like they had them like zooming all over the place, like doing a whole bunch of stuff. It was actually sort of good. I was surprised how good the special effects were for it. So that I thought it looked good. I don't know. I'm assuming they look like the characters from the show. I don't know, but yeah, it was how fast they had some of the I mean, you could tell they were doing some like camera tricks and shit.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably. I mean, I thought that was pretty good. So
how did they? So they showed the two Toguro brothers, the guy with the sunglasses, and I think there was like a little guy on his back or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the evil one. He's the more evil one of the two.
He's the evil one that can't kill the two little girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess he's fucking with them. Oh no, he can't kill the lightsaber dude.
Oh.
That's right.
Each episode usually focuses on a particular fight, or maybe more than one episode, and usually up to the character to figure out how to beat them or how to evade their attack. That's usually that no one else can figure out or something. So, some episodes they just completely get their butts kicked. So,
I mean, it was fine. It was just a little weird.
I think it's better than I still think it's better than Dragon Ball, and I like Dragon Ball.
I don't know. So yeah, I saw it, Jay. I'll get to it in a minute. But yeah, I don't know. It was fine. I mean, I watched it all, so it had to be I was interested, but I wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't if you didn't say I should watch it.
Gray, what was the show that you recommended? I know, like I was doing the Star Trek thing with him, and last week, and he recommended. I think it was an animated show, on Netflix that just came out. I didn't write it down.
What? There's a you know, and I know the plot, dude. I get it. I know. I watched the show. I understand everything that happened. It was just very weird. Blue Eyes Samurai. I saw that show.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's the one.
Blue Eyes is good.
That's what Gray
Did
says.
that one showed up at the same time as what Onimisha? I think it's another like samurai movie. Is it? It's like it was the same name. Yeah, it's is it Onimisha? I know the show.
Onimusha.
I know that all of the plot of Yu Yu. It was very unmemorable. That's why I have trouble remembering it because it was not great. It was a solid mid. That was it, and I wouldn't have watched it if it. No, it was. Oh, yeah, hold on. What is it?
Onimusha.
Onimusha, I think. Yeah.
It's a game. It's a game
No, no,
from
it's
by
Netflix.
Capcom.
It's on Netflix too.
Oh, it is. It's an
Yeah,
anime.
it's an anime. It came out at the same time as Blue Eyed Samurai, I think. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure about Blue Eyed Samurai, so I hadn't watched it yet. So
I'll have to. I gotta write these down.
make one crazy prediction for Wheel of Time season 3. One.
Can I start? Can I start?
Yeah,
with
you
that?
can make it. You want to make it? You want to make a crazy prediction?
Tanchico is going to be like 75% of the show, and that chapter where Nynaeve and Elaine are beating up the dudes with the staves is going to be, and then you have Egianan, Captain Egianan, just like kicking complete ass with. I'm assuming she's going to be harboring some flippy kicks herself.
Probably.
In Tanchico. Yeah, that's going to be like 50% of the action of season 3.
Hold on. Like here. Well, hold on. I gotta find it. Where is it? I just saw something. It's like you must have been reading my mind. Oh my God! Where the hell did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, here it is. You must have seen this article. Oops, I gotta get that off. There you go. You must have seen this then. Did you see this?
No.
Neve actor teases big Wheel of Time season 3 character when book readers will be very, very, very happy.
I don't know what that means.
Well, Nynaeve's character here. So here, does the picture help?
Yeah, that's Mogideon.
So I guess that's. Oh, Jesus Christ! Apparently, that's Mogideon.
Yeah, Nynaeve and Mogideon are going to fight. So they're actually going to be just staring at each other like they are in the books.
I thought. Hold on a second. I thought you said it is worth watching. So I've watched part of it. It's okay. Is it Onimisha? Yeah, it's okay. It's not bad. Like it wasn't like it didn't like grab me and like pull me in like where I had to binge it. But I'm a little bit over halfway through the first season. It was pretty good. I am enjoying what it is. I'll have to try out the Blue Eye Samurai one eventually. But yeah. So sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying, dude?
I don't remember, what was I saying?
I don't know. You're talking about Tanchico.
Oh yeah, Tanchico. Like they're going to show the Nynaeve and Mogideon fight. They're just going to be staring at each other. And it's going to look like they're going to be taking. Look like they would probably be taking.
They're just gonna like their faces are gonna
like they want to take a massive shit.
They're gonna just be staring at each other and like start shaking, and their heads are gonna.
Yeah, or they're gonna like that. And they're gonna be fighting that way, and yeah, it's a lazy way to do it. But hey, I.
And then Nynaeve's gonna shoot some like laser beams out of her eyes, and like it's gonna be over.
I got another prediction. The wine spring inn is going to be destroyed again.
Probably. That's probably right. I'm trying to think. A crazy prediction. Matt is not going to go to Roydian. He's not going to go to the waste at all. In fact, he's not going to go to the waste. And Rand is going to fight Couladin like they said in that Screen Rant article. So there will be no Matt Couladin fight. It'll just be, Matt will be off like being tethered to the girls like a dog, fighting the dagger again because apparently he's still attached to the dagger, and he hasn't broken the curse quite yet. So yeah.
So there's a Matt Couladin fight coming up. Thanks, Steve.
Oh, sorry. I forgot you're just starting the fire.
I am 7 I haven't read it, but I was listening to 7 chapters into Fires of Heaven. So where I'm at right now is they so Rand learns a little bit more about Balefire from Moraine. The Dark Hounds attack him. Ravine sends the Dark Hounds to attack him, and it was actually a really good chapter. And then they find out that Couladin is moving. Couladin's people are moving to the was it the Jang Tai Pass or something that connects the waste to Kyrian.
Mm-hmm.
So they have now. I think the chapter I finished the chapter where they're about to leave and all that. So, and then I know for like the next 20 chapters it's going to be Nynaeve and Elaine. It's going to be Nynaeve and Elaine for the next 20 chapters. 20 chapters, so, and maybe with a little bit of Min and the adventures of Min and Suwan and sexy Lyanna.
Oh yeah,
and Gareth Bryn, and Logain too.
Will Rand do anything here? Will Rand do anything that makes book readers happy this season? Hell no.
Nope. The stone stands.
No, he's
rally to the.
They would have to go to
stone.
They would have to go to the stone for that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and put the StreamYard link in there. Anybody that's a member.
The Two Rivers stands. Rally to the river.
You called me Two Rivers, and now the Two Rivers is gone. I am gonna make, because they keep trying to. I want to see if I can get away with it. I'm gonna make a comparison to I'm gonna try and do a gladiator compared to Wheel of Time video.
Wasn't the battle
because they keep trying to say that Wheel of Time invokes gladiator vibes, and it's like I don't know what part of Gladiator you're watching.
There is an Amazon show that invokes Gladiator vibes, but it's not Wheel of Time.
Is there? What is it?
It's a Terminal List.
Yeah, I guess sort of. You could say that. But yeah, so you're gonna be really happy. You're gonna get Tanchico, bro. Aren't you happy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's my favorite part of the Shale Rising.
Yeah, it's everybody's favorite part of it. Did you know?
Yeah, the worst part, easily the worst part is Perrin, and the fight for the Two Rivers. That's just boring shit.
It's funny.
The Way of the Leaf.
Maybe WW will get. What is WW? We'll get anything good from the books in season 3. That's real crazy take. Oh no, we're not getting anything from the books. Like they keep lying and saying we will, but we're never gonna get anything.
Like, what did they say about season 1? Like, or season 1 and 2? Like, what did they say we were gonna get from the books?
What they're saying right now, like what they're trying to say, right? They say, well, like this is actually the line they feed you. They say, season 1 was pretty book accurate. Season 2 they had to rewrite because Barney Harris left, so. They blame Barney Harris and the writer's strike and COVID and all of that for the failure for season 2 being off the beaten path. And it's like, you're so full of shit. It's just like when you start reading all of these articles back to back,
yeah,
they're all making they make the same excuse, they ask the same question over and over and over again. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Oh, hey, what's up, Yunan? Long time no talk, buddy. I don't know if it sounds like he's here. What's up, DJ?
What?
Ryan? I said, hey, what's up?
Oh, not a lot's up. But you were saying the vibes for Gladiator? I'll tell you where the vibes are. It's in the color scheme. Okay? The
Wait, no,
color scheme is the same.
That's not true.
It's
Even
the same browns.
oh, the brown grounds is the same. They use the same sand.
What about any costumes? Were there any costumes that matched Gladiator?
There are probably some I mean, we found costumes from every other production known to man, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Troy, we had that Troy thing, and then we had that weird hand hammer thing, right? So, what do you do? Barney? Barney dog. I don't know. So, the link is in the community tab if anybody wants to hop in. I see Lyle trying to catch up here. So, oh my God, yeah. Okay, I could go with that. The ground was the same color. Sure.
Well, also, I feel like the walls kind of matched how the Colosseum looked in Gladiator, you know?
Which walls?
You know the parapet that Matt charges down?
Oh, so like the castle that they filmed at, that they didn't build at all. They just
That ain't even a castle.
what?
It's
Well,
just a wall.
it is just a wall, right?
Now, why did they make that a desert again? Because they were filming. Where did they film in Morocco or
Because
something?
that's where they went on vacation, so they figured they'd have some filming time there, right?
Because every place is a desert, apparently. Apparently, the Aiel crossing the Dragon Wall and calling them the wetlands meant that there was no water anywhere. Or green.
Well, yeah. they they didn't even react to the ocean, so. And then there's Aiel just walking into the to the city, so what's an everybody well, everybody knows everybody, so everything's commonplace, right? So what's the difference? What's up?
Hello, everybody.
How you
Can
doing, bro?
can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, you
I
sound
hear you
good.
great, Lyle.
Sound good, man.
No. I was having flashbacks. I was like, maybe Rafe took cue from Disney when they said all their Star Wars shows on Tatooine.
Well, I mean, maybe they are on Tatooine actually. Like like that's actually where they are. Why not?
Like they do repurpose their sets. Like you can tell, you could tell like,
Oh, it's bad.
like even Andor, which I'm rewatching Andor right now. Even the city in Andor kind of looks like the city in Tatooine.
What? Does it? Really? You think so?
It looks like Mos Eisley?
I mean, not quite. I mean, they obviously, I think there's some repurposing of sets and stuff. Just
I know what you're talking about. If you really look at it, especially the bar especially in the area around it, yeah, you can definitely see the similarities.
maybe the Obi-Wan show. Maybe the Obi-Wan show would be a better, especially for the very first episode, very first scene, the first planet they go to at night.
Everyone show, man. What are you talking about?
To be fair, though, the Obi-Wan show utilizing similar sets would make sense, seeing as it is Mos Eisley
I mean,
that he's in, right?
that whole show should take place on Tatooine. That's the only show that should be on Tatooine is the Obi-Wan show.
But then
I
he ran
guess-
away
You go
anyway.
everywhere else but Tatooine. And
No, I'm just reminded when I think of Disney Star Wars. Do you guys remember that picture that showed up on Twitter years ago when Abrams was shooting Rise of Skywalker, I believe it was, and
yeah.
he needs the desert setting, and they're in the middle of a desert, and they've got massive green screens for a desert background in the middle of a desert.
yeah, that sounds about right. Well, it's like Wheel of Time.
Well,
built
you
a
know
whole
why
house.
he needed the green screens, right? It was to put in all of those giant battle cruisers that Rey was going through.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You mean the one that she destroys with her lightning? Jesus
Well,
Christ.
one Star Destroyer is not good enough. You got to have 150 of them. So
No, I'll raise you got to have 1,000, and they
Yeah.
have to all be able to destroy a planet like the Death Star.
y'all have
That's
to
how
have
you raise stakes.
That's
And
exactly.
you got to be all the Sith.
That's exactly what I thought. So I don't know why I keep coming back to Rebel Moon, but that's exactly what I thought about Rebel Moon when that freaking that big ass ship goes in orbit, and then they reveal that it has a planet destroying gun on it. I'm like, all right, well, not why not another planet? It's just a Death Star with a freaking Death Star cannon on it. Why not?
Hey,
Well,
Napoleon, have you watched?
did it destroy the planet or did it scour the planet? Because there is a difference.
They raised the planet, but I don't know. I would have to go back and look to see if they actually destroyed the planet, but the direction was raise the planet and move on. So I don't know if they just destroyed the surface. I mean, tomatoes.
So basically, to wipe the surface off of all life.
I
Basically,
mean, you're
is what
right.
saying.
Death
Not-
Star is blowing up the planet. But still, if you have a cannon that can shoot from orbit and destroy everything on the whole planet's surface, I think
That's good enough.
Well, the
Yeah,
Star
that's good
Destroyer
enough.
could do that.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, if you ever play KOTOR, I mean, that's what
Yep.
the fleet does in KOTOR.
That's why everybody was afraid of a Star Destroyer.
Except in Ahsoka, where they can't hit someone riding on the back of a knockoff log.
I just, the Star Destroyer. My only point is when you have a battle cruiser like that has a giant weapon that can kill stuff on its planet's surface, that's your number one priority. Otherwise, you lose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. Like if you have a cannon that can aim from outer space and destroy large swaths of land, you have to take that out or it's over. That's
Tell you what, Rebel Moon was so disappointing. My brother is a huge Zack Snyder fan.
Mhm.
He is a Zack Snyderite, I guess you're calling him. And he was so looking forward to Rebel Moon, and well, he didn't want to accept how bad it was because I told him, I said, brother, it's bad. I'm telling you. He's like, no. You people just don't get Zack Snyder. You just don't get his vision and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's bad. It's just bad. And he calls me after he watches it. He lasted longer than my wife did. She lasted 30 minutes. He lasted an hour, and even he had to throw in the towel. So
Oh
Yeah.
damn!
I watched the whole thing.
I
Well,
did
sort of.
watched.
I
the
made
whole-
it an hour in, and then I started skipping forward 10 seconds at a time and catching snippets.
Well, see, the thing is, the funny thing about that is even if you skip 10 seconds forward, you're just getting to an end of a slow motion sequence. So you haven't really missed
Pretty
it.
much.
It's basically like, oh, slow motion sequence has started. I will just skip 10 seconds ahead. And then when you skip 10 seconds ahead, you're back to freaking the program. It's like, oh, okay, they're back to talking. Then 10 seconds later, there's another slow motion sequence and rinse, repeat. And yeah. There you go.
Disprey did a whole thing on that in his video where he was like, I sped up the clip. This is 4 times speed, and it's like normal speed. And he went through all of them, and like he was speeding them up. And then he's like, and then we got the main character, and this is her at 4 speed. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's the normal speed. She's just slow.
Oh, did he
Steve,
do that?
Steve, did I once tell you? Did I once tell you that I was once a soldier in this army? I was once, the emperor's like chosen, heir apparent and all that, and he taught me everything he knew. And now I'm on the run. That's why I'm here doing this YouTube stuff right now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
wow.
But didn't you like how like she just like for no reason go into her backstory in the beginning of the movie, like nothing leading up to it?
Your parents-
That's kind. It's like me just telling you guys now. About
They
my
didn't
dark
establish
backstory.
that she had forgotten because at first they're like she forgot her past, but then also she's like, I remember everything with crystal clear detail.
It's just so like the whole like I just laugh at if I didn't watch this for his video yet, but like I didn't watch much on Rebel Moon, but it's like that I basically had the stream taken down when we were looking at it because that's exactly what I was doing. There's this terrible scene with the cyborg guy Ray Fisher running up the side of a thing to jump and do a slow-mo stab into a window, and I literally sped it up to 3 times speed while we're on stream, and he's going like this. And everybody's like, aren't you gonna speed it up? I'm like, I already sped
You
it up.
already did, yeah.
I'm already going faster. You can't tell. It's like Jesus Christ.
I don't. Let me ask you guys a question. Honest question. Put a gun to your head. How many of you actually remember any names of any of the characters in that movie?
I only remember
Sam,
There's
remember
Sam, because she's the rape victim,
Yeah,
and it's the only name I know.
I know.
there's Harry Potter guy.
I don't remember.
There's
I remember Harry Potter guy and Buckbeak.
yeah, there's Buckbeak. There's
I remember
there was Nazi.
Which is the Harry Potter guy?
Harry Potter guy's the guy that rides Buckbeak.
Yeah, Buckbeak.
No, that guy looks like Jacob from Twilight.
That's true.
Well, I mean, that guy and the other two actors that played Dario Naharis were all in Game of Thrones.
Oh my God.
I think that guy, the Buckbeak guy, was one of the Dothraki. If I remember.
Oh damn! What's up? Link's on the community tab if you want to come hang out.
I don't.
But they had both Dario Naharis like staring at each other in one scene. The Nazi guy was the first Dario, and then the second Dario was the guy that kept getting emasculated by the Asian girl from Star Trek Beyond, Sophie Battelle, I think is her name.
I only remember.
That sounds about right.
I only remember Kai because it's Charlie Hunnam, and it was just him playing Jax Teller again, basically.
Wait a minute. Who did she play in Star Trek Beyond? A movie so bad I literally purged it from my memory.
She played the retarded alien girl who was just following Scotty around. She was hot. I mean, she was the hot retarded alien girl.
Everybody thinks this shit from my channel.
Hey,
retarded
the thing that I dislike about that, and it would have made the movie at least gone up a point, is they established that there is cybernetics enhancements through like Kai and the spider bitch and what have you. But why don't they establish that the main character has some form of enhancement?
Yeah, to make it right. No, well, right. We run into the exact same problem with, it's like, you have this. I don't even find her that attractive. Some people might find, but she is her arms are literally that big, and she's throwing around these guys, and it's like you're totally like
yes, but
the first
if you think of like Alita Battle Angel, her arms and that are incredibly slim, but it's established that this body that she's using has
she's a
the
robot
capabilities.
She uses a special fighting style, the Pazakirst, which relies on mathematics, angles, and things like that to increase power. That's explained.
I'm agreeing with you. No, I'm just agreeing. It's like if you have an actress or even an actor that is that just smaller than all the people they're supposed to be beating up, you have to explain how they're doing this and why, or give them a reason. So like saying like there's some sort of cyber, it's like how is she dodging she's running into a barn and she's just nobody can hit her. She's just running straight into a barn. And
when I watched that, Steve just popped into my head and he's like, shoot her, what are you doing? Shoot her.
The guy behind her.
I will push back on that.
If you actually watch that scene, the guy behind her that has the gun, he's pointing it at her. Yes. And he waits for her to turn around before he actually fires it off. He's behind her for what, 5-6 seconds of just pointing it at her from behind and just.
And Lyle, it happens several times throughout the movie where a guy runs by another guy with a gun, and the guy is sitting there with the gun, like trained on him or her, and they don't shoot, or they turn around and then they shoot and miss like by a mile, and then they get their ass kicked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, other than the setup and choreography of the fight is terrible, and the pause at the start is terrible, we do have instances both in Iraq and Afghanistan where you can move over 100 yards to 200 yards and shank a person with a knife.
But there's
basically what it happens is the ability to identify the adversary, raise from low ready to high ready, aim and fire takes too long, and most people can do the 100 meters in 8 seconds or less.
Yeah, but
I'm not arguing with you on that point. I was in the Army myself. I understand that, but my point is, it still doesn't make sense in the context of where they were doing it.
And she's not just running.
You're wrong.
She's tossing 5 or 6 people around while she's running towards the guy with the girl. Like it's not like she's just sprinting towards one person. There's like 6 people shooting at her in this barn, including the guy that's got the girl, in his arms. So it's like I get what you're saying, but there's like it's not just 1-on-1. There's like 7 guys. It's ridiculous. And they're all undercover except for her.
Wait, so
And
I'm
like I
trying
said,
to
I'm not
trying to
denying
understand. Was she enhanced? I mean, was
No.
she enhanced?
No,
No.
I
she's
mean,
never
she just-
established.
Okay, yeah, because the only thing I remember was she was a peasant or she was poor, and the guy just had her point the gun to him, and she pulled the trigger. And was like,
She
oh,
was
yeah.
Gamora. It was Gamora
Yeah.
and Thanos.
Yeah.
She's gonna be
Yeah,
like,
You're
trained
not
by
you're not the
the
first person to say that. People I
by
watch
the
are like,
evil. What's his name? The evil guy that took over, killed the king or whatever. Did he kill the king? I don't even remember. Did he kill the king or did he just take over? I don't remember.
there's a king. I didn't know there was a king.
I think they're alluding to the fact that he may have killed the king, but I also think that I think she's going to end up being the princess, the long lost princess. All this other stuff is red herrings. She's going to be the princess.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
See,
the magical healing princess. Yeah, that's going to be her.
oh that's right. Do they ever show? They never tell us
The
what happened to
magic
her.
healing princess is Sam, because she's the only blonde in the whole village.
I maybe why
Is
not?
that Water Girl?
Why not? It's stupid enough.
Yes, Sam is Water Girl.
Why not? The water girl.
The one that kept going to get water in front of these guys who were openly talking about raping her.
The girl.
And
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm not victim blaming. Forgive me. I just think it's so stupid. These guys are openly talking about raping her, and she keeps going to get water right in front of them alone.
She was getting
Okay,
water in the middle
kind
of
of
the night.
like
It was
I
the middle
know
of the
Ben Shapiro got a lot of flack for saying it, but you got to take mitigating factors. I'm not quite factors. Mitigating something. I'm mitigating risks is the word I'm looking for. And she is not employing any of those mitigation risks.
No.
She's like, let me just walk up to you.
It's the middle of the night and she's still fetching water. Like, girl, like how much water is this town drinking that you have to be getting water 24 hours a day? Like, why are you? It's dark out. You can stop getting water. It's okay. People can walk down there and get their own. It's not like you have the only passcode to the water bucket machine. Everybody can get the fucking water. Like, stop. Like,
by the way, did I don't remember. Did we ever get what happened to the soldier, the only one who was not white? By
He
the way,
disappeared like the
yeah,
robot.
what happened to him?
nothing. They don't.
He
know.
vanished like the robot.
Yeah, him and the robot are going to be best friends or something. And in part 2, he's going to be there, like showing the showing the villagers how to fight with their pitchforks against a planet-killing gun.
Why give the robot the voice of Anthony Hopkins and then not use him almost at all?
Well, so and also, what is this trend with making the robot most of the time making the robots the most likable characters in these things? Because he was the best character, the robot. I liked him the most.
Because they can't write characters that are more human than robots.
Yeah.
You might be right.
Honestly, I'm not kidding. They can't create characters that are more human than robots.
I can't get over it. How bad that movie was. I don't even think anybody's tried to say it was good.
There's a bunch of Snyder fanatics that I've seen on both Reddit and Facebook, and don't you dare say one thing bad.
Absolutely. Like I told you, my brother's one of them.
Well, but you said he came back and said
he came back from it saying it wasn't good, but he'll say I'll forgive Zack Snyder this one time. I like all of his other stuff. So,
but speaking of the planet or city destroying orbital cannons, you would assume that the spaceships have some form of energy shield. Why don't the cities have a similar form of energy shield?
Because Yanan, didn't you know that interferes with the gardening? They have to be one with the earth. So they can only have electronic doors and lights. They can't have electronic plows or energy shields, because then their Viking gods on their Viking moon won't let them have good harvest.
Why was Snyder going with the Viking kind of feel for this village?
Because he
It
likes
doesn't make
Because
any
Vikings
sense.
was popular.
exactly. Because he's like,
I mean,
you know what?
honestly,
Zack Snyder's like, man, I really do like the aesthetic of Vikings, and they're real in right now, like fucking Zoolander. So he's like, let's just put a
But
Viking village on
he
a.
screwed up because doesn't he know that black people were the original Vikings?
Oh, no. Is that in? Is it which one is that in? Is that Valhalla? Is that on Netflix?
Yeah,
No, I
Netflix
saw an
Valhalla.
article. Well, it is in Valhalla. They changed a historical jarl into a black woman, and he was he's known to have existed in history.
and not
But
just anyone, he was an important one.
yeah, there was an article though that I read. It was kind of like a bullshit article, but basically it said black people were the first Vikings and that they weren't actually Nordics.
Are they making
Oh,
Are they
yeah,
making
I know which
another
one you're
season
talking
of
about.
this show? Are they making another season of this Vikings Valhalla?
No, I don't think so.
Good.
I think.
I don't
I
think
kind of
so.
stopped watching Valhalla like after the third episode. It was
when the Queen takes
incredibly boring.
Was it? I never even
Mm.
watched it because the moment I
So-
saw like it was like all like shield maidens and like that's
Well,
when
they
like,
did.
that's when they lost me in Vikings too. Like Vikings, the original show, like when Ragnar, like spoilers for anybody that hasn't watched Vikings, I guess. When we lost Ragnar, that show took a major dive. In my opinion.
Yep.
In my opinion, because half of it became all about Lagatha and how she's like uber shield maiden and how she's gay, and it's like, oh my god, it's like she has her gay awesome Floki counterpart, right? You gotta have your.
The thing is,
It's
like I could see there being some like shield maidens, but I don't think it would have been in any significant number.
Mm-hmm. Look,
Because they're only as a last resort, I would imagine.
Look. No. I think
Well, they're
shield
called
maidens were a
shield
thing,
maidens because
historically.
I assume that they were the ones who defended Hearth and Home while the
Yes.
men were out raiding.
No. Shield maidens were a thing, but it's not like they're sitting there. You got queens and they're leading armies, and it's just like, and it's like, okay, pull it back a little bit here, like, and it's like, what's up, Aldan?
Are you saying that Ethelfled never led the people of Mercia?
Oh, that's okay. Last Kingdom is totally 100% accurate. So, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, she did historically.
Okay.
She did actually lead the kingdom after the death of her husband. So
But he's talking about on the horseback in battle on the front lines.
no. She never went to battle. She was actually a very sound tactician who directed the forces from the comfort of her abode.
Right. I have no problem with that. I like Last Kingdom, but yes, it goes a little bit out there with some of that. It's
I
like,
believe she was
Well, it's a
Alfred the Great's daughter.
fictionalized, like historical drama.
say
yeah.
it again. What?
I know that sounds kind of weird to say those two words together, but it's fictional history.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is.
Hey guys,
When you start looking up,
I
Uhtred,
got an idea.
it's like, ugh.
Since we're here, it's the end of the year. How about we give our top 3 best and worst shows we saw this year?
Best.
You
Oh
saw
my-
3 good ones.
That's exactly
I
right.
did see 3 good ones. I
As you, bro.
started watching Alice in Borderlands yesterday evening, so 24 hours ago, and I watched 15 episodes.
So you're going first?
So I like Alice. in
Yeah, that was really good. And then Reacher season 2, I've been enjoying.
So it doesn't have to. How about it doesn't have to have come out this year? You just watched it this year. How about that?
You- All right, fine.
It's hard. It's hard.
If it was things that came out this year, it would have to be something like Oppenheimer and Reacher season 2.
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
I mean, there's-
I can go first. I already have my 3 for each in mind.
All right, go for it.
Hello.
Okay, well, I'll start with the worst. Number 3 on the list, Velma. Absolutely terrible. And it did come out this year. Absolutely god awful. One of the most hateful, terrible things I have ever seen in my life. It's god awful. Number 2, Wheel of Time season 2. Even though I didn't watch it, I just know how bad it was from hearing all of you talk about it.
You can't say that.
accurate.
You have to have.
No,
watched it.
honestly,
You
I didn't have to watch it to know how bad it was. I got it off you guys.
No, but you might disagree, man. You can't. You have to. If you're gonna play this game, you have to have at least watch the show. For sure. Otherwise, I'm gonna say all that shit that you just said, but that everyone's been saying.
You gotta say what the show she'll say. You can't criticize it if you haven't seen it. But then, if you criticize it when you've seen it, why have you seen it?
No, I'm not saying you can't criticize it, but I'm saying if you want to put up a list of the 3 worst shows for the year.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll put it on one worst one I've heard about. I'll switch it out then, because there's plenty of crap you can switch out with it that I actually did watch. Number 2, Secret Invasion from Marvel. God Almighty, they destroyed one of the best stories in the comic run with a terrible show that just. Ugh. And then number 1 for worst, She-Hulk. She-Hulk was absolutely. Oh, that was so bad. It wasn't even a show. It was basically a giant meme, leftist attempted joke memeing, and it was terrible.
I forgot that I watched part of that.
I'm trying to think because I know there was oh man, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to just get in my head.
So I watched The Witcher.
I watched some good
and I kind of just stopped watching it.
Yeah,
Blood Origins.
I never watched part 2.
Dude,
oh.
Did you see when Netflix released their rankings for the year? They released their rankings for all the shows in the first 6 months of the year. The Witcher was like 150th on the list of most watched show. The first part of it.
It's not.
Nobody watched it.
Yeah, well, I watched it, but it was horrible, and it was painful.
I pirated it.
Yeah,
and it was boring.
Yeah, it was.
I'm trying to think because it's like I know I watched some good. So like Silo's one of them. I enjoyed Silo.
That is so good.
So that would go on the good list. The bad list I would put Invasion because that was
watched that.
Justified. City Primeval is definitely on the list. What a shit show! And then
interesting. I'm watching the original Justified now, actually. So
Justified is amazing. Justified City Primeval is a giant tub of garbage. It is so bad. Like I can't even. It's. Bad.
I'm 2 episodes in, and I am thoroughly enjoying it.
Oh, it's fantastic. Like it's really really good. But the original.
The original, yeah.
Yeah, the original. Gosh, what else did I watch that was good? I know there's stuff too. Like I like I don't. Oh, like I like that Winning Time show. Like, but the end is all weird. Like it's the Lakers, the rise of the Lakers dynasty.
Yeah,
and it's a really good show, but they decided to cancel it. And I don't understand how you end a Lakers dynasty show on a defeat to the Celtics in the finals. Like, I don't understand that. They end the show with the Lakers losing, like with the Lakers lost to the Celtics before they come back and like become the Lakers of the 80s and start winning everything. It's like I don't understand how you do a Lakers dynasty show and end on them losing. It doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. It dropped some points for me there, but I mean The Witcher season 3 was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having trouble remembering what was good.
There's plenty of good stuff that came out.
But that's the thing, there is, right? I've watched several things. I was like, oh, that was pretty good.
Godzilla -1, Oppenheimer.
One Piece was good too. I enjoyed
One Piece.
Yep. There was plenty. There was some good stuff. I have to ask though.
Did anyone season of Jujutsu Kaisen?
Oh, I am about to start new season of Jujutsu Kaisen. Right after I get done my rewatch of Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm actually watching through the Dark Tournament arc right now. So
in the anime,
yeah.
See,
Slow Horses is a really good show too.
I don't know about you, Lyle, but I think I think Yu Yu might be better than Dragon Ball.
I actually would agree with you, and I say that as I'm currently wearing a Dragon Ball Z T-shirt right now. So
nice. I think I like OG Dragon Ball more than Dragon Ball Z.
See, I'm a Z person. I like Z the best. I think I would go Dragon Ball Z the best. The original is still very good. I still like it. GT can get out of here. I hated GT. I thought it was terrible.
I never finished. I watched a few episodes. I never really got into it. But I did like Super. The newest one, Super, was pretty good.
Yeah, Super's. I've not been named for Super. I've watched the films, but I've not watched the series. Like I watched the Battle of Gods film and the Frieza film.
The final tournament arc, the 6 universe, the 12 universe tournament arc. The final fight is one of the best.
Yeah, I've seen clips of it. The fight against Jiren, I think it is.
Yep.
Apparently, is very, very good. I've heard it's very good.
Yeah, so
I mean to get there at some point. But it's not high on my list to get there. Well, let me ask you this, Nerpoil. As a Gundam guy like me, what did you think about Gundam: The Witch from Mercury?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm behind in Gundam. I haven't watched I only watched 8 episodes of Iron Blooded Orphans. The last Gundam show I watched entirety was Gundam Reconquista and G, the latest one by Tomino himself.
The Witch from Mercury, is that the one that starts off with the girl's mother that dies defending the planet station, and then she ends up going to Mars several years later to train?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I kind of watched it. It wasn't terrible. But
what it is, I've watched it too. I just want to get someone's opinion on it. I thought it was okay. I just watched it because I'm going to think it's not terrible. They really, the problem I have with it is they get too much into like high school teenage style drama, and there's not as much Gundam fights in it as you would want. And yes, there's always been drama in Gundam. And yes, Gundam Wing is the best of the Gundam series. No, Porl, I will not hear any argument from you on that.
That's okay. I'm not. I mean, that's highly debatable.
There's actually been a couple of decent animes that came out this year. Because I started watching Shangri-La Frontier. Also watched a Returner's Magic Should Be Special.
No, dude.
That one, in fact, I went and found the light novel on Wuxia World and read all 330 chapters after watching the first season.
Dude, there's one, I forget the name of it. It's my brother introduced me to it. I think it's Hell's Garden, I think is its name. It's the story of the prisoners. They're sent to an island, and they are not whether they're going to survive the island and execute. And she said in feudal Japan, and I think it's Hell's Garden, is the name of it. I just start thinking, dude, it is bloody, it's brutal, and it is totally awesome.
I didn't know. Like I'm just looking around. There's a lot of people streaming. I didn't know.
Lady B.
I was like, wait a second. Why did I get no notifications?
Lady B is streaming.
Oh, okay. Sure. So go. Okay. So let's get late. It's time to fuck around. Time to fuck around with some people here. We're going low key. Okay, guys, don't let me down. All right. I'm gonna link Lady B's channel here. Okay.
Don't let
I want you to go in there and say Tolkien sucks. I hate Tolkien, and see what she says. Let's get as many people in there and bashing Tolkien as possible right now. See what
Speaking
she says.
Tolkien,
they're talking about
this video based on him from it was 2 weeks ago that I watched it, and there was this interview from the 80s or 90s with some BBC reporter guy. And he was so hostile. He was like, what do you mean you don't believe in an absolute evil? Because apparently Tolkien doesn't believe in an absolute evil, but he believes in an absolute good.
Mm.
There you go. Okay. Tolkien is terrible. There you go. Okay. Come on, guys. Me and Nerpoil are in there. Let's go.
No, but here's the bad thing. As bad as 2023 was, it's going to be even more scarce in 2024 because of all the strikes. There's going to be way less stuff out in 2024.
The worldwide release or whatever is halved. So in 2023, there was something like 76, 78 releases. And in 2024, there's supposed to be 34 releases.
Wait. 34
And
releases
of
of
those-
what? Or shit.
Of
There were,
like
I think
worldwide. It's
No,
like
no, I was
the
gonna
big box office hits that are supposed to run Hollywood and earn their money.
Oh no.
Well, this year there were over 600 scripted programming in 2023. 600. They're anticipating less than half of that in 2024.
Staple Bow. Nice comment. Tolkien was a rapscallion. Love it. Let's get it going. Let's go. Let's go. Give Lady B a like. I had no idea that they were streaming. Like nothing. Like when I looked at my thing, nothing. Like I'm subscribing to all these people. Tech-Mex is next, man. We got to bombard Tech-Mex with. We got to go in there and say Rebel Moon is the best on the Tech-Mex stream.
Why would you
After
do
we get,
that? It's- I
what's
can't-
that?
Rebel Moon
Well, let's
is
make Baby
great.
Jesus Climber and it's his birthday. Let's not do that.
It's his birthday.
It's Baby Jesus' birthday, so we
Oh,
can't be
that's-
telling lies about Rebel Moon, mate. That was a disgraceful thing.
Oh, you. Wait, I
I
thought it
just
was a
jumped
shiny
in.
gem.
I've got to go, man.
Oh, okay, man.
Yeah, that's what I've been in and out. I've got something in the oven, so I've got to get back to that. But I just want to say g'day, happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, man.
What are you
Yeah.
making? What are you making?
Roast, bro. Today's Christmas. Well, the kids got back from Bali yesterday, so today's sort of like Christmas, I guess, for us. So put
Nice.
the chook in. I was got to pull the chook out, do some gravy and stuff, mate. So
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Have fun, man. Have a great
Yeah.
day, man. Thanks for
Thank
hopping in, dude. As
All right.
always.
see you guys.
We'll see you later, man.
So,
Oh man.
but yeah, I look at 2023 and I'm like, my God, it was so bad. Some of the stuff, it has to get better in 2024. It just has to. The
Well,
laws of
well-
averages say yes.
The number of releases has been halved, and in fact, Sony is releasing more Marvel content than Disney at the
Yeah.
box office next year.
Well, what they got? Craven the Hunter's coming out, and what
Hey,
else?
We
Madam
got Echo
Web,
coming January.
Craven.
We got
Oh,
Echo.
Madam
And-
Web. Why did you have to remember? Oh,
then there's the Deadpool 3, and there's one other one. Is it? No, Echo is the Disney one.
Echo's coming out too, though. But that's
Yep,
Disney.
January 9th.
Is there another Venom?
There's a fourth one that I'm blanking on.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about Sony releases?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sony
Venom
Spider-Man.
3. Venom 3.
Yeah,
That's
is
right.
Venom, that's what I said. Is there Venom coming out? Oh man.
You know, did you see where a CBR or one of those idiotic sites listed Madam Web as the #1 most anticipated film of next year?
Well, I mean,
And they got ratioed to hell for it.
well, it's one of those things. Like when you start talking about I mean, most of this stuff has to be, AI driven, right? Like, because there's so many, dude. You're not wrong, dude. Ethan's been playing Vampire Survivors nonstop since we got like the Among Us.
It's so good.
You hear him? It's so good. Yeah, there it is. I may end up
Speaking of
playing it later.
vampires, you know what's a really good show you should watch? Vampire Diaries.
Wait, Vampire Diaries. Like when is that? That's that old ass show, isn't it?
That's old CW.
Dude, Pride, Presidents, and Zombies. Watch that. There you go.
I watched that. I've watched it like 6 times. It's pretty good.
It's not. It's actually sort of entertaining.
Did any of you guys check out the interview with the Vampire TV series on AMC?
No, I wasn't a fan of
The
I
new
didn't
one
even-
is
I didn't even
apparently
The new one.
super terrible.
I didn't even really like the movie. I'm not a huge vampire movie guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard that it's terrible. I heard it was terrible. The interview, the AMC series, I heard it was terrible.
Dude,
But,
I am disappointed. Freaking Warrior on Max got canceled. So
Oh no, really?
it got canceled.
Yeah.
I was.
What
freaking-
is Warrior?
It's like
Bruce Lee.
It's from the writings of Bruce Lee. It's like Asians in San Francisco and
So,
like
involved in
Irish versus
gang
Asian,
warfare?
Chinatown and stuff like that, and it's like a lot of I guess it's kung fu, right? And, well, what's Bruce Lee? Is
Is it the one with the 4 elements? The metal scroll, the water scroll.
No.
earth
That's
scroll?
Ninja Assassin you're thinking of.
Oh,
no,
okay,
that's
yeah.
no.
Warriors-
That's Wu Assassin, I think is its name, whatever. But it's not the
that
same.
sounds right.
I would say Warrior's almost like a historical like drama almost because it's like back in the like I guess it's the depression.
it's the you bring martial arts and kung fu and a touch of supernatural into the gang wars in San Francisco. It's actually very, very cool.
Yeah, I mean, it has its problem, but I found it entertaining. I loved it, and it's just
some of the fight scenes are excellent.
How long ago did the seasons? How many seasons were there? Three.
Three.
Well,
yes.
So did it end? Did it end, or was
it's on a cliffhanger. That's why I'm upset.
Oh fuck!
Because
we are never gonna get a resolution to.
Yeah, it's ended on like things have majorly
no resolution to it. Meanwhile, Sense8 got a movie to tie up loose ends.
I know.
It's one of those things. Well, but see, I don't know. Like, I think this, I can't even say a trend because, like, The Last Kingdom, whether you liked it or not, I enjoyed it for what it was. I actually enjoyed The Last Kingdom quite a bit. I know there's,
it was really good until the final season.
Too much fucking Brita in the last season. Jesus Christ.
He was annoying in the first season. I'm like, how is this bitch not dead yet? How has nobody killed her?
Brita and grown-up Uhtred's daughter are the single worst character. Well, I guess not single. Brita's the worst. His daughter is the second worst, and it's like, and then you're right. The last season was the worst season by far, and then you have this fucking thing they made to try and wrap everything up, and it's like, I'm really supposed to believe that Uhtred, after all this time, just not losing his sword in all of these instances where he immediately loses his sword for half the season, and it's like, or for half the movie, and then just all the bullshit that happens, and it's just like a freaking Athelstan's like gone rogue with this gay, like, because he's gay. It's like, what?
That just doesn't make sense.
Oh,
I guess they put a guy in it this time and made it gay.
Yeah, well, I mean, Athelstan is like, he's being fed bad information because the guy is an actual, like, it's so just like, what the fuck did you do?
Didn't they get a movie? Did they get a movie or a season to wrap it up?
No, they got a
movie. They got a movie.
Yeah, it's a 2-hour movie to wrap it up, and it really reminded me of Deadwood, but Deadwood actually wasn't nearly as, the movie wasn't nearly as bad. The Deadwood movie to wrap up Deadwood wasn't great, but it wasn't this. This was just like, Uhtred's basically neutered. He's a pussy. Athelstan is listening to his gay freaking lover advisor who came out of nowhere, who is a freaking Dane on the down low, like getting him to betray Uhtred and try and kill. It's like, what are you doing? Like, this is stupid.
And what I find really dumb about them making Athelstan gay is his father had like Crohn's, and I can't imagine sticking things up your ass when you have a predisposition to bowel disorders is very good.
Yeah, I feel bad. Well, I had no idea that people were streaming. I'm gonna keep her up there. That I feel bad.
You should read what I wrote. I was really. I said because Feanor.
Oh, I see you.
Feanor and Matt. I put down. I don't think they've ever truly read the Legendary.
Is the best casting I have ever seen. I wonder if we can share.
Can we just talk?
Go ahead.
About how undiverse Yu Yu Hakusho and Alice in Borderlands is. Set in Japan and all Japanese people. Like, it's just unrealistic.
Oh, so they're watching a technically Mexican clip while we're watching Lady Balefire. Is this am I ready for Twitch, guys? Am I ready for Twitch? Do I just need a black bar here? Okay, go give Lady B a like. But Yeah, no. Well, look, I'm so tired of the crutch, right? The everything has to be diverse, everything like, it keeps coming back down to like, I don't know
I think
when.
we need more actors and people to have that Mads Mikkelsen response to his
Yeah.
movie that just came out like 3 weeks ago.
What did he say?
Didn't he do like a what? He's Danish, right?
It's a historical drama set in 1755 Denmark, and some reporter person was like, there's a very apparent lack of diversity in your historical drama set in 1755 Denmark. Why don't you have more black people?" And he's like, "Because it's 1755 Denmark."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Right.
Well,
Yeah. And they were trying
didn't
to crucify him for it, weren't they?
yeah. Didn't Christopher Nolan respond back at them what to come after him because he criticized them because in his movie Dunkirk which was British soldiers, there were no black people in there, and I think he said something to the tune of, "Well, there weren't any black people fighting in the British Army at the time," or something like that.
Well,
I just wish I agree with you. I just wish people would just say "F off."
I think that there might have been some, but it would have been incredibly few and far
Incredibly
between.
few, and I don't think there were any there at the time.
Well, I don't know that there's Oppenheimer's sort of the same way. If I remember, I don't think there was much going on diversity wise in that either, was it?
No, but there really wasn't
Well, but that's
in
the point.
the
It's like
scientists that were working on it.
look. There's just
Like maybe
I
there was
keep
black
coming
people
back to-
mining the uranium.
I cobalt mines. No, sorry. Ooh, shit. I keep coming back to like when is everybody when are they gonna run out of money and figure out that like they need to start making money? Like
It's
I don't.
already happening.
That's why they let the strike go on so far and make their demands
Yep.
so that they can cut everything going forward.
Because if you look at the deals, if you actually look at this stuff, all of these people, there's a lot of projects that were canned during the strike and they got rid of them. There's a lot of woke writers that will not be back because the very terms that the studios got them to agree to, they're going to there's
can
not
use
they're not
AI
able to be woke
script
for
writing.
any of them.
Yep.
They don't need to use the Writers Guild. They can bypass the Writers Guild by just not having them
Yep.
on board.
Hold on a second.
That's what the strike was. It was a purge of the woke thing, and because I think Hollywood, as slow as they are, except for Disney, have figured out that woke does not sell, and I think that they have realized the investor ESG
Wow.
DEI money can only last you for so long.
Well. Barbie was woke and it made $1.7 billion.
Yes, but you got to understand that was marketed to a very specific audience.
Hold on a
The
second.
thing is I don't actually know that Barbie is so much woke. It's got some very like positive themes, like the whole idea
Dude,
that Barbie wants to have a kid and a family.
I have no idea. I haven't watched Barbie, but 1 second.
I
Chris-
haven't either. I'm just
Chris
going
is-
off what people have said.
Chris is here.
I'm the only.
Hold on.
Well,
Hold
then-
on, Lyle. Hold on. Are we hitting him at the same time?
I didn't do anything.
There you go. All right, sorry.
No, I actually saw Barbie. My wife dragged me to the theater to see it because even growing up, because she's a Barbie, she was a big Barbie girl and she liked it. Even growing up in Moscow, she still did. But
that's why. I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch Barbie.
Well,
no,
that's
but my
the thing,
point is,
like,
it was marketed to girls. It was marketed to girls with one of the
Yeah.
most brilliant marketing campaigns ever done. That's why it made money.
Well-
And guess what? Warner Brothers may still go under.
Well, yeah, no, my daughter went with her friends and watched it. It's like that's exactly right. So I don't know. We'll see. This
Well,
year, I
see-
have no idea what's going to happen this year. I have no idea.
I think that part of the reason it succeeded is you are right. it's a girl brand that was marketed at girls. If they had tried to market it at men, like they tried to market Marvel and Star Wars at women,
Well,
it would have probably failed.
okay. So right. So
Then-
they made. So wait. So hold on, Lau. So that's exactly the point. That like I don't understand. It's like okay. So you made a girl movie that is for girls, and you marketed it to girls, but you didn't try and change Barbie into this male like. Hey, action! Barbie's not an action star going to Colombia to save her kidnapped daughter from this guy that she throws a pipe through, like in Commando, right? So why is it that the man movies are all have to be woman? Well, that's not fair either. Why can't like where's the old action movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger blowing up shit? And why do I have to
That's
apologize for
toxic
wanting
masculinity.
that? Well, but right, I know
That's
that,
the
but the hypocrism is just
I'm-
fucking just
Oh, it is. It is.
fucking
And,
charts.
and it's just, but it's what Disney. I mean, look what Disney's done with Star Wars. They have turned a brand that was prominently. I hate to say this, and yes, I know there are female Star Wars fans, but Star Wars was prominently a male thing, and they've tried to turn it into a Disney female princess style female franchise,
Well, hold
which
on.
it's not.
So isn't they're doing? It's a Narnia show that's coming out, correct, Salty? Like they're doing it. Is it?
Oh
on-
yeah, they're doing a show of Lion the Witch
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Wardrobe.
So
And it's
that,
being done by Gerwig, the same chick that did Barbie.
okay, so that's fucked.
Yes.
So I'll have to cover that too. But it's just like I mean I don't know.
Aslan will be a female.
Yes.
A female giraffe. It's not even gonna be a
Oh,
lion.
boy.
It's gonna be a female giraffe or like a fucking peacock.
The White
Well,
Witch.
you
the
know
White
how
Witch
you
will
know
be a
how they like to
drag
say
queen.
that females lions do all of the fighting and the pride, and males are just lazy and do nothing for the pride. You see, Aslan is male, and so therefore he wouldn't fight. That's why he has to be female.
Yes.
Right? Why can't they at least do a different Narnia book? Because then they can't erase the movie and the popular one. They have to destroy the most popular known version of a thing. That right? I mean that's what it's all about. It's not about actually producing a good show. It's about remaking us think about how we see things. Like
The White Witch will have a sympathetic backstory. She'll just be
Her
misunderstood.
house melted, so she got pissed off and turned like the fire god.
Wait,
melted
maybe
her
they'll
mouth.
keep Aslan as male, and you see, in his vile, evil ways, he forced himself upon the White Witch.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And she turned super cold. Santa did it. It was Santa's fault. Santa upset the White Witch and broke her heart, so she turned cold. And then yeah. Oh my god, dude! What? So does that come out next year?
I don't know. They just said they're working on it. I would anticipate late next year or the year after.
Cause so I don't know. So I'll keep my eye out for that. But like the one that I'm so like I feel like I'm getting so much whiplash from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like I don't know what to think anymore because like a long time ago those synopsises came out, those character synopsises came out, and they looked like total garbage. And then all of a
The
sudden,
casting looks great.
if the casting looks great and the scene, the trailer actually looks.
The only one I
takes
don't
scenes
like
out
in
of
the
show.
casting, the casting looks solid. The only one I don't like the girl they have playing Azula. I don't think she fits the look that I would have for Azula.
I would have to. I have to sort of agree. I'd wait to see how she
Is
how
she
good
the
an
one that
actor she
people are
is.
saying looks too young?
Yes, she
Yes.
looks way too young. Yeah. So
She
I would
doesn't
have
have-
to
she
wait.
doesn't-
See, yeah. Go ahead, Lau.
She doesn't have because Azula's young, but she has a mature look to her, and she's hot as hell. I mean, come on, that's what the
Crazy.
thing. So
She's crazy.
she's crazy.
She's crazy
in a
hot
good-
too. Yeah. No. Okay.
Yes, but that's
Crazy.
my point. She's the only one of the casting that I just don't think fits in the.
Yeah,
in
I think that's probably right. But I'm sort of like, yeah. Here. Hold on. I'm bringing it up. I mean, Ira looks perfect. Dude, Ozai looks great. Here she is. yeah, I think it's the only one that's off because I think the rest of them look pretty darn good.
I think Katara looks great.
That's Azula.
Yeah, see, that
And
just
yeah. So that's not like she better be real crazy, because that's Zuko.
yeah.
So is this an
Didn't
American?
they
Wait, I forget. Is this an
cast
American
the guy?
production or is this a?
It's an American production. It's being done by.
I'm not
Oh
sure
yeah,
who's-
that guy. He's from Kim's
Sorry about that.
Convenience.
So I'm not sure who's doing it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Who's
Netflix just
making it?
loves
I think Iroh looks good. I like Iroh's look.
Yeah, no, I think everybody looks pretty good. So, I mean, so hold on. So this side, so maybe it's just how maybe they haven't done her justice because there's a side by side here. Hold on, of her.
But this project, it's I have mixed ideas about it because didn't the original creators who they brought on board leave?
So okay, yeah, so that's why I was saying I have whiplash from this whole thing, right? Because the original creators left, and then these character synopsises came out that made it look like they were going to be in some school, and it was going to be some weird ass shit, and it's just like, what the hell is this? And now all of a sudden, you have all these screenshots of the characters coming out. The casting looks pretty dead on. Like,
Dude, the trailer actually, the teaser looked good.
The teaser and the trailer are actually the teasers and the trailers they've done actually look pretty darn good too. You can pick out scenes directly from the show and be like, wow, that's from the show. So I am sort of wondering if maybe the original guys, they didn't want to do a one-to-one retelling of the first three books, and that's why they left, because they wanted to do something different, and they in Netflix or whoever said, they're like, no, we want to do a live action Last Airbender pretty much scene for scene, and they want to do something creatively different.
You said books.
I'm sorry, there are books, but I meant
are there
the cartoons? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, based off of an anime, isn't it?
Yeah, what the show is,
or manga rather. Sorry, manga.
I think it's an American.
No,
it's American.
No. It's originally Nickelodeon. They expanded upon it with comics and manga after it got so popular.
I think it's manga anime inspired though.
Yeah. No, definitely. So it was created by Nickelodeon. And then they expanded upon it with manga and future stuff. And now the original creators. So that was a little better picture of her, I think. What's up, Dovey? How you doing, man? If you, I got the link in the community. If any member that wants to hop in, link on the community tab on the YouTube page. Sorry, So they left, but then immediately after they left, they opened Avatar Studios, and now they're making the Aang movies. So
yeah,
I don't know. I like, part of me, like, now that I've seen some stuff, and I'm like, wow, this actually looks like it has potential again. It's like, well, maybe they just didn't want to do that. They wanted to do new stuff, so that they just parted ways. I don't know. Because, I don't know if you saw those synopsises that came out like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I actually didn't.
No, I didn't.
On it. They're weird, man. They're fucking weird.
I wonder how similar it is to the One Piece, where a lot of the early stuff for One Piece looked not good. Like, it looked like it was going to be rough.
Yeah, dude, the first teaser for One Piece, you watched that first teaser? And there's a lot of people that said, nope, that just looks terrible. And then it wasn't until the second trailer that people were like, oh, okay, this looks a little better. And then they started thinking,
if you find
I don't know.
you can find the first character synopsises for what they said the character synopsises for The Last Airbender, and it's like they're talking about them being in a school project, and they're in school, and this, that, the other's like,
oh, yeah.
And it's like, is this going to be the show? And then shortly after that came out, the creators left. So it's like, well, I would have left too if that's what they're making, but I don't know. I really don't know, because everything.
And they even cited the creators when they left. I think even cited, quote, creative differences. I think is what they said when they left, and everyone had the warning bells up at that point, saying, "Oh, wait a minute, Netflix is trying to force them to do something." Maybe it's the other way around, actually.
I mean, right now it's looking like it's going to be pretty faithful. I mean, from what we've seen, and maybe
Yeah.
they just didn't want to do that. I don't know.
The trailers. I like the teaser. The teaser looked good.
The
So
cabbage guy.
I don't know.
Yeah, if they cast the cabbage guy well, I think we're good, right? Because the cabbage guy is the most important character in the whole show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm very curious. It comes out in 2 months. So
Really?
yeah, it comes out in February. So like, I'm very curious about that.
So we should get another trailer next month then.
Yeah, soon. Yep, another trailer soon, and then what? Isn't Cobra Kai coming out next? I don't know when, next year.
I don't know. I don't know.
I heard there's a new Karate Kid coming out.
Wait,
Dude,
what?
that's gonna be cart garbage.
Wait, new Karate Kid? Wait, what is this?
Yes.
Yeah, they had Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio announce it, so I have no idea.
Well, wait. Jackie Chan was in the failed one with Will Smith's freaking weird kid.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So they're continuing that.
What I find funny is them casting Jackie Chan in it and calling it Karate Kid because Jackie Chan does kung fu. And
yeah, it should have been called the Kung Fu Kid.
Well, that's what I think. Was the joke. I think that was the joke for the first one too, or for the first remake, with because he does kung fu.
But I have no faith for that one. I don't have any confidence it'll be worth anything.
Okay, new Karate Kid movie to unite Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio. Who cares? Where's the fucking Johnny at? Fuck Ralph Macchio. Where's Johnny? Let's get some Johnny.
Johnny's my guy. Johnny's my guy.
The only reason this is happening is because of the success of Cobra Kai. That's the only reason this is happening.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, 100%. Look, like Cobra Kai is one of those things. It's like, talk about the rebirth of a dead freaking, I guess you can call it a franchise. Like, nobody expected Cobra Kai to be as good as it was. It was a YouTube fucking Red show.
Yes.
It was on YouTube.
Yeah, and I remember seeing like so many like, you know, them doing stuff together. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna like just see it for myself. This was like late in the morning. This was like really early in the morning, like 3 a.m. I was like, okay, I'll just watch this. I can't sleep. I watched the entire thing in one sitting. That's how good it is.
It's so good, right? And I popped it on the other day. It's like, oh, well, you know what? That's coming out soon.
How many seasons were on YouTube?
It started with season 3. It started with season 3. So season 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. Season 1, 2 are on YouTube.
So 1, 2 on YouTube. Okay.
So they haven't started filming season 6 yet.
No, they haven't. Okay.
So I'm assuming it's going to be coming out in 2025. Probably.
Yeah, probably. What about Stranger
Things? I think it's the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's coming to an end. Stranger Things is coming to an end. Like,
and I have to say, okay, so like, and I remember when they announced that it was the last season of Cobra Kai, you had all these outlets going, Cobra Kai canceled. What was like? No. They're being smart. They've run out of material, so they're ending it. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like they're putting a capstone on it. They go, okay, we're going to do this world tournament thing. And once the world tournament's done and Robbie and Johnny are back together and still working good and all that shit, we're going to end it on a high note. Everybody's going to be happy. They're going to win the world tournament. And it's all going to be sunshine and rainbows.
Do you think they'll do a spinoff? Steve,
yes,
do you think they'll do a spinoff of Cobra Kai? Like maybe one that focuses on maybe one that focuses on some of the other kids, and maybe they train with Johnny or they train with one of the senseis or something.
Well, I don't think Johnny. I think they'll do.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Hold on, Yunan, go ahead, Yunan.
What I think, like, because isn't there like several year gap between the original and the show? Something like 10 years more or more.
Oh, yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah. So if they leave like a significant gap like that, they can actually bring one of the kids back in a similar style to what they did with Johnny.
They could. I think it's going to be more. They may even do that, but I think it's going to be more devious than that. I think they're going to do a spinoff with like Tori or something.
Didn't I thought
one of the girls,
or they're going to take one of the girls, or they're going to take one of the like mid-level boys. maybe Hawk and Tori or something. Like they'll do something with Hawk and Tori, and they'll just do some spin-off. They gotta leave California, and they join. I don't know, who knows, but I think it's one of the only, like, there's only so many shows that are widely popular and liked by pretty much everybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are some like you don't hear many people go, "Oh yeah, Cobra Kai's junk." Like you don't hear
Nope.
that. You don't hear that, right?
Nope.
So there's no way they're not going to try and capitalize on it until it's beaten in the floor. Now that doesn't mean the creators of the original have to put up with that shit. They said, "We're done. We're going to finish it," and then you're going to get some garbage after that. Is what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
Well,
I kind of hate when they do that because it doesn't give it time to breathe, and it just turns people off.
Oh, I agree. What were you going to say, Lon?
But I was going to say that Netflix too. Don't forget, a lot of Netflix. And I think Napoleon mentioned this. Netflix is going to need banner shows going forward because Stranger Things is ending. That's coming to an end. Cobra Kai, the main one, is coming to an end. So
I mean, there's nothing good. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think there's a whole lot that's good that's currently out there. I mean, everything that I like is ended. Better Call Saul ended.
Hey, there's a lot of good stuff, but it's all in Korean.
But my point is that they need flagships at Netflix. They need ones. That's why I think they are really doubling down. Janan, they are really doubling down on One Piece. They've given it a second season of the live action, which I think they wanted to go for a good while. They are redoing the anime in conjecture with Wit Studios, the same ones that do Attack on Titan, and they're reanimating it and redoing it starting from the beginning. I think Netflix is about to try to mine One Piece as one of their big ones.
I mean, the show's still running. I mean, the anime's still on.
I don't know that that's a good thing. Like,
no, I'm not saying it's a good thing or not. I'm just saying that's what they're going to do.
Why? I mean, the anime.
I don't know
the anime's
why
anime's still on. Like they're on episode 1080 now or something.
Why? So why? Oh my God! Talk about a show that just went down the shitter.
Well, because
it went down the shitter when they got rid of Kevin Spacey. Speaking of Kevin Spacey, though,
did you know
that his ring is apparently the sound at the start of all Netflix movies or videos? It's from House of Cards, like the third season. He wraps his ring on the desk, and that's the sound they use at the start of anything Netflix.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did you see him surface and do his interview he did where he tore into Hollywood?
No.
He went after him. He did an interview, I think, on Twitter, and he just...
he was with Tucker Carlson like last week.
And he unloaded on... He went after him. I mean, I just think it's funny. I don't care about the guy one way or another, but I just thought it was funny how he went after Hollywood.
I have trouble, like, citing... He was a pedo or he was a freaking...
He was an alleged rapist.
So apparently, when in the 80s, I don't know, there's this actor named Anthony Rapp, plays Stamets, the gay mushroom guy from Star Trek Discovery.
Okay.
Well, when he was 16, when he was a minor in the 80s, Spacey inappropriately touched him.
Allegedly, he was acquitted of all charges.
Okay,
and because of that, Spacey's.
All right, so we don't know if it's true. He just got bashed, and so this is another Me Tooing, is it? That's what.
Yeah, so Spacey basically got canceled.
Did Spacey get Me Too'd, or did he actually do it?
Basically, I think it was something like 3 or 4 people came forward, and then when it went to trial, everything was
circumstantial.
Basically,
was it thrown out? Was he acquitted or was it thrown out? Was the case thrown out or was he just straight acquitted?
Let me see.
I can't remember. It was one of the two.
Man, I don't know.
I don't think it really makes that much of a difference.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Look, the damage is done. His career is fucked. Like that. All see that, and that's the whole problem with everything. Like with all these, with the whole all the.
Well, we got a prime example right now, though.
Acquitted. He was acquitted. So that makes it even worse. It was because I haven't heard about anything Kevin Spacey in forever. The last thing I heard about Kevin Spacey was he was a rapist or a pedo or whatever it was. And now his career is over and he's obvious but that's the last thing everybody knows about Kevin Spacey is that he's had some sort of legal problem, taking advantage of other people and using his power to do so. Whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. We've once again now taken a person without any evidence and ruined his career and life. Now,
what's interesting is we have a parallel in recent media between that. You have Jonathan Majors that was just charged and convicted of abuse, and he's fired from Disney. But then you have Amber Heard, who's also convicted, but keeps all of her jobs and roles.
Did she? I mean,
yeah, she did.
She's in something like 19 minutes of Aquaman 2, and I think he has something like 4 lines.
She's in Aquaman 2, but it's so clear that they did not want her talking. Yeah. So I think they cut out all of her talking and just kept her standing around being in the picture shots. That's all she got.
She did that shit to herself, that bitch. I mean, come on. I don't feel bad for her. She Me Too'd herself. Like, that's like,
neither do I. I just find it's a stark contrast between how Jonathan Majors is immediately fired and they're looking to recast Kang, but then you have her, and instead of recasting her, they keep her on.
Yeah, but Disney stuck with him until the very last minute when they had no choice.
I don't know. I sort of get what you're saying, but there's no way she only had 19 minutes in Aquaman until all this bullshit happened, and then they did all these reshoots, and they
no
did the bare minimum with her in it, right? I mean, I think there is a double standard there. I think you're right, but I don't think Jonathan Majors is any angel. It doesn't seem.
Well, neither do I.
But you're right.
But speaking of Majors, what's Marvel going to do now with Kang?
Who cares?
They're recasting him, but
no. The answer to that is bury the MCU, let it sit for 10 years, and then start over when all this shit is over, and we can actually have our real heroes back.
Disney
the thing is they already ruined Kang. They've had him show up like 3 or 4 times, and they've had him be defeated every time. He is not a villain.
Dude, Ant-Man.
He's a punching bag.
Ant-Man beat Kang. Come on. Come on.
And supposedly that was the worst Kang, remember? In Ant-Man and the Wasp Communist Mania? That was the worst one. That was the one they all exiled because he was so terrible and such a conqueror. So they've already taken out the so-called best one.
He's the big meanie. He's the big meanie Kang.
They've already taken out the Conqueror one. They've taken out the Conqueror one, and that's how they got nothing left.
I don't. It's like just stop. Like it's like the Kang song. It's like nobody care. You have like
the only Marvel that made money in 2023 was
Spider-Man,
Guardians, and they had the High Evolutionary as their villain, who was a better written villain than anything Kang across the entire year.
I didn't even watch it because I didn't even watch it because you get the posters with all, we have to take fucking what's her name's tits off, and like everybody has to look like a man, and it's like, why? Like as soon as you do that shit, I know
it was dumb, but Karen Gillan actually responded to that, and it was a fairly decent response.
There's no I just don't see a good.
She was making fun of it just as much as everyone else.
Well, good for her, but that doesn't mean that means they still did it.
They did it in the poster, but it wasn't like that in the actual movie.
I don't know what when you take time to do that shit, it's nefarious. You're being nefarious for no fucking reason. There's no reason to do it, so why are you doing it? So it's one of those when you start doing that stuff, it's like, what is your movie actually about? But I get what you're saying, and it's one of those. It's not the act, but it's like there's obviously intent there somewhere by the people that are in control of the actual movie.
I just don't. Did any? I know I did not watch a single Marvel thing this year. The first time in my life I didn't watch a Marvel thing. And
I
I'll be
pirated Guardians.
I didn't watch it. I didn't. No, I'm with you, Lyle. I did not. I think because I wanted to sort of know what was going on with She-Hulk because I was watching some of the coverage. I watched one episode of that.
Yeah, I tried She-Hulk. I tried She-Hulk: A Secret Invasion just to see how bad they screwed it, and I just couldn't do it after an episode or two. That was it.
She-Hulk was so rough. Everyone online was all like, she's doing this so good. She's controlling her anger. And it's like, she literally tried to murder 3 people outside a bar in the first episode in a fit of fury. She wasn't controlling jack shit.
Guys, the way she becomes She-Hulk is the most contrived bullshit fucking thing ever. Like, he just bleeds. It's like, can we fucking...
Because they
Well,
can't
they
have
got rid of her real story. The real
They
story
can't
is
have the
she...
real story.
Because the real story, isn't it something like she is sick or injured and he has to give her a blood transfusion as her
Yes,
like genetic match?
She's investigating a mob boss, and she gets shot by his henchman, and she's in the hospital. And it's a great scene in the comics because Banner, he agonizes over it. He's like, I don't want her to be like me, but if I don't give her this, she's gonna die. And it's just
Forsaken brings up a good point because, like, What If came out and they're already talking about canceling the next season because nobody fucking cares.
That's because they're already out of What If content. They're trying to do What If content based off of all the modern Marvel stuff that nobody's watched or seen.
The problem is,
what if Nebula joins the Nova Corps?
What the problem is the What If it's the actual mainline shows. They fucked them up so bad. They're all What Ifs.
What if? What is that? I don't even hardly heard of that. What is that?
What if is the you take okay? What if Carter got the super serum instead of Steve Rogers, and you have Captain Britain?
That one was kind of dumb.
What if?
Because they should have been doing what if Bucky Barnes got the serum rather than Steve?
Is that the one? Because I've heard people talking about. There's a dumb story I heard people talking about where T'Challa is Star-Lord instead or something.
Yes,
and he basically talks Thanos out of doing his like snap the universe thing just by talking to him. And I was like, you can't be serious. That is retarded.
Yeah, that was the first season of What If, was that one. I didn't watch it. I heard it through other people. But it's a cartoon. It's also done in a cartoon style. But it's just like when all of your shows are What Ifs. Why would I care about watching a What If? Like it's already...
Like, it is based off of a fairly popular comic series. The comic series was the What Ifs of extremely popular events that happened within the comics that sold quite well.
Yeah.
Well, but now that's what my point is now you have Echo, you have Ironheart, you have freaking
there's a Young Avengers movie apparently in the pipeline too.
So,
those
What If
it's all female.
Yep, it's got what is it her name? Kate Bishop. Miss Marvel. Is it Miss Marvel?
Like, who cares about Miss Marvel? Like, what? Like, talk about who cares about generic low budget fucking Mr. Fantastic? Like,
apparently no one else did because no one watched it.
Wait, Ironheart was delayed till 29-25? Holy shit! That's a big ass delay, Salty. Won't we be like driving, flying cars and shit?
Dude,
I think Miss Marvel had potential, but they played it wrong. And I think the actress did really well with what she was given.
Look,
and she did extremely well at like the interviews and everything. But like the author was terrible in story writing.
Who cares about... My whole point is, who cares about Marvel? Nobody.
There's one final thing. I'll say this final thing about Ironheart. Ironheart has been done for almost 3 years, and they keep pushing it back. It's supposed to have been out like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
because nobody
So we're
cares.
supposed to be out in 2021. They pushed it through 2022. They delayed it in 2023, and then they're going to delay it through 2024 into 2025.
I just want to know how you can take. How can we not get a proper Phoenix Saga, but we got Infinity War? Why is it we keep doing so? And they're gonna do it again, right? Because X-Men is gonna start over again now that it's back at the back with Marvel. Now that Marvel and Disney have X-Men again,
I'll tell you what.
they're gonna start over again, and they're gonna do Phoenix Saga again, and they're gonna fuck it up again for some fucking reason. I don't understand why we can't get a proper Phoenix Saga, and we get this other bullshit. Like, even if you like the original X-Men movies, like X-Men 1 was, back when superhero movies were just starting, and it was campy, and it was weird, and it was fun, and it was fine. Same with X2. X3 was absolute shit. They fucked up the Phoenix Saga. Then you had First Class, which was okay. It was passable. Then you had Days of Future Past, which was was still okay. It wasn't like, holy crap. And then we go and shit the fucking bed again with Apocalypse. And then we have to, of course, finish again with Phoenix Saga, which is the worst of the fucking shit ever. I don't understand why it's the same fucking thing with all the freaking adaptation. Just take book, open it up, write fucking movie. I don't understand why this is such a problem. Like, even with comic books, there's like no pages. There's like
the thing about comic books is they're literally, the panels are a script.
Yes. I don't like, there's not that much shit to tell in Phoenix Saga if you do it right. Just do it right.
I'll say this. People might care. I actually like a lot of the early X-Men films before the thing, so I think actually I like a lot of them. I'll say this.
With that,
they will be Shakespeare compared to what we will get from Marvel when they start making Marvel. Like, we will beg to watch those movies compared to what Marvel will give us.
I understand. Like X-Men 1 and X2, I get it. Like, they're not the greatest things ever, but they're entertaining. X3
I
is
like them.
Hot garbage. Like, X3 sucks.
X3 is. I can never really remember what happens in X3. Like, that's how rough it is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But I do like First Class, especially the scene with
I like
Quicksilver in the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
I like First Class
when he saves all the kids.
I liked First Class, and I actually, for the most part, liked Days of Future Past. They were both okay. Like I liked them.
But we are not going to get anything near that good from Marvel when Marvel does the X-Men right now. We are not going to get anything like that.
No, it's gonna be the all. What are you smiling? Nerportal is fucking with somebody or something. I can see the little childlike grin on his face. What are you
talking about?
No, I see you just smiling, fucking with somebody, but I just wasn't sure what you're into.
Did you watch any of the TV shows that came out around the same time as Age of Future Past, like Cloak and Dagger? The Runaways.
Okay, so I watched Dagger and I wanted to kill myself.
There was one other one.
I watched Daredevil. I watched all the Netflix Marvel shows.
Okay, not
Those
the
were
Netflix.
great.
There's one other one that follows.
Cloak and Dagger was
One of the main characters is the boy from Shameless. He's one of the main characters in that. I can't remember. I'm blanking on what it's called.
Was it on cable television?
I think it was like AMC or something like that.
I know what you're talking about because I feel like I watched it. Because I watched Cloak and Dagger.
Because the main girl has like these powers where she can create like bubbles or whatever, and he can throw bubbles or like bubble discs.
Oh, you're talking about fucking like the oh god, it was oh my god, I know what you're talking about. I'm
lost.
I know what you're talking about. She's like got green hair and shit.
Yeah, they got Magneto's daughter in it.
Yeah. Fuck.
Now that you say it, yeah. Oh.
Flash, Moon Knight, no. Defenders, no. Where is it? I know exactly what you're talking about now, and I can't remember the goddamn name of it.
What did you think of that one? because I watched all
Beginning-
3 seasons of it,
So
and
the-
I didn't think it was terrible.
I feel like I remember watching the beginning of it, not the Runaways. That's not it. Cloak and Dagger. Oh my god, why can't I find it? I feel like I remember enjoying the first season, and then it went off the rails. What's her name? Do you remember her name? If I could figure out her fucking name.
What,
Magneto's daughter?
Yeah.
the character name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Polaris.
Polaris.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Polaris.
That'll get it.
It's his true daughter that he didn't want.
Polaris. Gifted.
The gift, yes, I know. Yeah. I heard of it.
So I feel like I enjoyed that. Hey, what's up, Salty? What's up, buddy? I feel like I remember watching and liking The Gifted up until like season 2 when some weird shit started happening.
Okay, so I think I started watching them all before I kind of became aware of things. It was just, enjoying basically anything content-wise Marvel. Because I watched Cloak and Dagger season 1, and I didn't hate it at the time.
Yeah, I get it.
I thought it was boring and cringe.
I was just in a whole phase where it's like if there was superpower stuff, I didn't mind it. Because I also watched, I think it's Code 8 or Code 6 or something like that. It's like this super powered movie, and yeah.
Is that the one that Stephen Amell plays in?
Yes.
He and his brother, or his cousin, I think it is his cousin. Is it his cousin? Both playing
His brother.
Oh, his brother. Okay, it's his brother.
Yeah, it was Robbie and Stephen Amell.
I don't know. It was weird. It was weird. I remember watching it, being like, "Whoa, what am I watching?" It was very odd. I don't know.
Don't be shaking that dinosaur at me, okay? I've awakened.
Oh, you want my dick? I'll pull my dick out and shake that. I'd be like,
okay, Gavin McGinnis.
You got the dick. You got the dick and the dinosaur. So, no, I mean, I would love to live in a world where the stuff that we're saying, to believe in Santa Claus. I'd love to believe that these people are going to wake up one day and go, "Oh my god!" For the last 10 years, we've made really bad movies, and we've been losing money and alienating our fan base. They don't like that.
Speaking of that,
maybe we should stop. I mean, I'd love to live in that world where there were consequences, where people woke up and were like, shit, we better make something people like. The real question is why do they keep doing it? And I've postulated my theory. But what I'd love to hear from you guys, other than whatever the big channels have said, because I don't give a shit what those people say. I want to know what you guys think. Why do you think they keep doing it? Why? I want to know. I want someone to tell me why this keeps happening. I've arrived at a conclusion, but and I'm not going to fight with anybody at all. I just want to know why. Why is it happening?
I think it's all part of the globalist agenda, and I don't fully know all of it, but I do think it ties in with like the BlackRock and the New World Order and all that other stuff.
It's fair.
Young global leaders.
I think that's really fair.
Anybody
else got another idea?
We've talked about this, right? I can't wrap my head around it. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I can't come up with a good reason other than just I can't come up with a good reason. I can't.
It's because creating confusion makes the masses pliable, and when you don't have a set reality, then you can tell the masses anything and they'll believe it.
I mean,
basically enslaving everyone. And
I get that, but it's like I don't know. It's
sucks.
one of those my small pea brain doesn't feel like yeah, it sucks. You're right, it sucks, but my small pea brain's like why focus on but then you guys start talking about it, it's like look how frustrated I get with some of this shit and how upset it gets us when we're talking about why can't my show look like my show? Why is everything like why is my Last Kingdom show the main characters in it are gay and that's the whole fucking fighting. The whole point of the whole thing is because these two guys are gay, and he trusts his gay lover, and he doesn't trust his best friend, but he trusts his gay lover, and that's what's most important. It's like why, and it's like when everything has that in it, it's like, well, why else is it other than to just program everybody to just be like, oh yeah, that's okay. I've seen that enough now that's just the norm, and you know what? It doesn't, whatever. That's just
because it's like I said.
I can do.
By doing that, they create the confusion, and it destabilizes society and makes you more susceptible to whatever they tell you is the truth.
Lyle, go ahead, man. What were you gonna say?
Well, I think at the base of this, a lot of this, whether it's globalist, and I do agree there are forces that want to shape this country in a vision that they have.
To destroy
so much.
Well,
yeah. To quote Star Trek,
kind of what they're doing, which is kind of
what they're doing. To quote Star Trek, to quote Mr. Spock, you must first create before you can. You must first destroy. It's always been easier to destroy than to create. So
it looks pretty destroyed. It's looking pretty destroyed every day.
That's what.
I'm just saying, I want to hear everybody's theories. Now, Tripp said that it always swings back and forth. It's true. There's no coming back from this though.
But we should be swinging back. Sorry, go ahead, Sal.
We would have already.
We kind of are, which is
Warner
why we've
Brothers,
seen...
Warner Brothers is going bankrupt. Disney is going to go bankrupt. Paramount, which has Star Trek. Okay, they have Star Trek, and they're gonna look at Nerdtorial. They're gonna go bankrupt because they will not stop this. I mean, I just
Who's carrying?
So I think them going bankrupt though.
Hold on, guys. What? Don't talk to each other. Go ahead, Nerdtorial, go first. What did you ask?
Taylor Sheridan, I think, is carrying Paramount right now because Star Trek is not doing that.
Yeah, and that's not going to last very long because they're doing all their Yellowstone they're doing all their Yellowstone off branches, and now Kevin Costner's leaving Yellowstone and all that shit. But yeah, everything is Taylor Sheridan over there on Paramount. Go ahead. What were you saying, buddy?
I think though that the big companies going bankrupt will be better for the scene in the long term. In the short term, it won't be good, but in the long term, we should end up seeing a greater range of competitors that are competing at a equal level.
Why hasn't somebody come? I mean, and this is I'm not arguing. I'm posing a question. Why hasn't anybody come along and made movies that will make $1 gajillion like the Joker did? Like you saw this Japanese studio. They came in here with one movie that was pretty good, and they made $1 gajillion with a low budget. Like, if one small studio in Japan can do that to the American movie public, why hasn't an American company done that?
Let Lyle go now. Yeah, Lyle, what were you saying, buddy? No, I know everybody's got a lot to say. I don't want everybody stepping on each other. So go ahead, Lyle.
No, I was just gonna. That's fine. I was just gonna say this, that there's something else to think about too. Here is because so much of Hollywood is run by ideologues who believe in their world order they're trying to make. Let's not also just forget they're hiring a bunch of dumbass people too. People
they're hiring people that will. You hit the nail on the head. They're hiring people like Rafe Judkins,
because those people are pliable.
Because they will do whatever they have to do to get money and to advance their career. They don't care about they don't care about Robert Jordan. They don't care about any of this stuff. I mean, no offense, but look at Payne and McKay. These guys had never done anything ever.
Nope.
They never did anything. Okay, never. And they get handed the biggest $1 billion thing on a streaming platform, which has now resulted in that streaming platform forcing commercials on people who are already paying for Amazon Prime.
So,
everyone's doing the commercial thing. So
Tripp says if there's an overall agenda, it's chaos and fear, create tribalism, bread and circuses. Who's thinking about Rome?
I don't think teach it.
But my question is like what you said about companies going out of business being good in the long run, but I feel like right now there's always a bigger company to buy them up. Case
That's
in
it.
point,
Well-
right now, what happened with Blizzard Activision? Blizzard Activision fucked everything up. Microsoft bought them, and now they're part of Microsoft. That's a huge company that they just acquired for probably not even part of what it's worth because of all this bullshit going on at Blizzard Activision. So isn't there always going to be a bigger company to gobble up even
There
like,
is,
there's somebody to
but-
gobble up, like Apple will gobble up freaking
Okay,
Disney as soon as
so-
it goes under.
So the counter to this is all we have to do is look at, I think it's HBO and how they became HBO Max and then whatever, and how just recently they've done a merger with another company. Was it Paramount
Yeah.
that they did the merger with?
I think
Where,
No,
where
no, no.
basically
They're discussing.
trying to
a
say is-
merger.
Okay.
is each of these mergers isn't making them money. They continue to lose money. So even if, say, Microsoft owns Blizzard now, if Blizzard continues to lose money on the same level they are, that'll impact Microsoft's bottom line.
And
And eventually then Microsoft will go under.
whenever
The
you do
only-
an acquisition, whenever you do an acquisition, and I'm just going to say I've been around some of things like this, you keep the most profitable part and then you dice everything up because you can make more money dicing off parts of things than you would selling off larger chunks of it. That's typically what happens. In the case of Activision, I think they bought it because of Sony. Because PlayStation's been kicking Xbox ass in some ways, okay? But I think they bought that to prevent the content from going to Sony. Now, I could be wrong about that, but
well, no, I think
I think
that's dead on. Sorry, go ahead.
you know, I think the problem with Warner is looking at the balance sheet, and I know Clownfish ran with it a couple weeks ago. I actually saw that article, and I wasn't going to run with it because I'm not going to do numbers, finance, Mexican Iron Man stuff. Like, you let the accountants do that. That's how I look at it. But it's pretty obvious that these companies owe an ungodly amount of money. And they keep borrowing money and they keep losing money. And in the case of Warner Brothers, I believe the only thing that made them money was one movie, and it was Barbie. That was it. Everything else lost money.
I don't even think the profits off of Barbie was enough to offset their losses because the budget for Barbie was something like $500 million.
It's not. But I mean, this is the shell game. You know what I mean? And Warner Brothers, remember what they did? They came out and talked about Harry Potter. Everybody remembers the response about that. And then they came out and talked about Lord of the Rings movies. We're going to release another trilogy. Universally, no one
They're
wanted-
re-releasing the trilogies in theaters next month.
No way, because I'm going to go and see those. Because I'm actually playing Hogwarts Legacy. I got that for Christmas. And I got to tell you, I love that world so much. It's weird to play that game and watch all of the forced diversity in the 1800s in England. Okay, it's a little weird because I do know what
You can find it a little weird in game, but when we think about how diverse Rowling had made Harry Potter in the 90s, and when you look at the demographics of the UK for Black people, it was less than 1% in the 90s, and in Harry's class, something like 15% were Black.
It didn't bother me in the movies. It didn't bother me in the movies for a whole lot of reasons, you know, because we can talk about imperialism and colonies and all this other shit. But I mean, in 1800s, the setting of the game, Hogwarts Legacy, it's like, if this is what it's setting up for the movies, it's like, you can do that. But the thing about all of this is I want more Harry Potter, but I want more Harry Potter that is 100% J.K. Rowling and doesn't
So
sphincter of diversity, representation, and
yeah, I do have a slight pushback on that. Like, you can dislike the diversity, but I think within the world, there are very limited number of schools that are available for wizards to attend, and so you may end up having parents send their kids to a foreign school that they deem as better quality.
But it's not the kids that are in Hogwarts Legacy. You're talking about people who probably would not be at this school as professors. Okay, representation. That's not because I'm a racist at all. That has to do with if this was set in the 70s or the 60s. Hell yes, I expect to see all those people.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you because I had that same thought while I was playing.
1800s, you know.
But there's
England.
something to consider. You said Warner Brothers announced they really want to get into the Harry Potter world, Lord of the Rings films. They want to make multiple ones.
They don't have any
I'm
scripts.
not sure we're going to get that now with Warner Brothers' financial problems. I'm not sure we're going to get that. If I'm being completely honest,
We are getting War of the Rohirrim. War of the Rohirrim is already slotted for next year.
don't. Me and Salty already debated that. Don't let's not revisit that.
I don't remember it. No, what it comes down to is this: this movie was already supposed to have come out. They delayed it. They said until May. It's probably going to be later, and I think it had to do with the reception.
No, it's December next year.
Is it December? All right. Well, then
December of next year. They moved it because
December.
They moved it because they pushed everything back because they gave Dune its spot in March.
Okay, I don't know about that. I'll proceed in
March to
good faith.
December?
There was more to that story. There is
March-
more to that
hold
story.
on,
and
March
we'll
to
find it out.
March to December. That doesn't. I mean, that's 7 months. That's a big.
They don't have anything else. The slate
Have
is
you
so bare.
also?
Wait, War of Rohirrim's not.
Yeah,
is that coming
Embracer
out?
Dempsey nailed it. Yeah,
Hold on,
Embracer
wait,
Group is probably
wait,
going
wait.
to scrap up. They have to. Embracer Group has basically been buying up intellectual properties and franchises. Embracer Groups are the ones that bought the rights to Lord of the Rings. They're also the one that have probably 4 dozen major gaming titles that have yet to have sequels or the next follow-up to them because they can't get them through their pipeline. And
They're also having financial difficulties too.
Big time. Well, they had to fire a bunch of their executives because
because do we
DEI
ever
statement.
discover? Do we ever discover? Because there's been rumor for a long time about they were about to sign like $1 billion deal with some mystery person, and we've never figured out who that was. And they said the deal fell through in the 11th hour, and they were banking on that deal, and that's why they bought up all that stuff with money they didn't have yet. And now they're having to lay off and give it up. Have we ever figured out who that other party was?
I want to say it was Buffett or BlackRock, but I don't want to take over Steve Streaming. I'm sorry.
We're just chilling.
No, I'm just curious because I don't know. I'm just curious because I don't know who it was.
Paid a lot of money for those rights, not as much as Amazon did for the appendices of the Lord of the Rings. Amazon got whoever negotiated that deal to spend all that money to get nothing as far as rights needs to be fired and never work in entertainment again. But the big thing about that is I think because we have been in a recession, let's be honest about it, but we're also in an inflationary environment, so we're kind of at stagflation. Somebody needs to buy the Lord of the Rings rights. Somebody needs to buy it. And you know what I'd love? And this is just Salty pulling something out of his ass. I'd love for George Lucas to buy the Lord of the Rings rights. Could you imagine that? Like, I'd love for him to buy it. And then I'd love for him to open up that fatty McFat 20 million, 40 billion, how much money it was he got from Disney, and bring everybody to make Lord of the Rings movies and just do this to Hollywood. And then literally just print trillions of dollars by making quality. But he's old and he probably won't do it. So
hey, let's not forget Disney's going to turn things around. We got the Ray movie coming out.
Oh yeah,
which are going to start filming early next year.
Oh, that's the other thing that's coming out in like next month. The Acolyte.
Oh, the Acolyte. Yes.
No, it's being reshot. They're doing reshoots because they have nothing else. They have nothing. But that's why they put money into Doctor Who. You know why Disney put money into Doctor Who? Because it's cheaper to lose money buying into Doctor Who, which costs about half as much of an episode than those dog shit MCU shows, than Doctor Who. That's why they're doing it.
It's like
So has it been delayed? Has Acolyte been delayed officially?
They're doing reshoots. That's all I know. I don't think it ever had a release.
If we know anything about Disney, they'll do reshoots up until the day before the thing comes out. And
Aquaman 4 times, four times,
Yeah.
four distinct patterns of reshoots.
My
including
God,
3 or 4 months before the movie came out.
Well, they had to get as
what's
much
the budget going to be
out
after
of
4 reshoots?
Who cares?
Well, they'll just get
Like, they
out
don't
of
care. They're never going to pay this money back. That's how it feels.
It's one of those like I follow you guys with all, but it's just like at some point you lose so much money. like I don't know like there has to be a point where it's like we have like yes like where's the point where it's like okay, you know what, we played our hand, we tried to do this whole thing and try and fucking bend all these people and change their minds, we ran out of money and we
It's already
start making
happened.
money. Is it? Because it sure don't feel like it.
The reason I say it's already happened is because we look at the global box office releases from Hollywood for 2023, which was 76 or so releases, and then this year, 2024, coming up, is only going to be 34.
It's a huge drop.
The fact that it's been halved
less.
means that we've seen that they have no money anymore. They can't afford to produce anything.
Like I said, scripted television. There were 600 shows in 2023. There's going to be less than 300 in 2024. Over a 50% drop. They don't have money.
But it's just like,
you know what'll happen, and the whole CBD thing, the whole digital currency. You know, I've been predicting this for a while, and God knows I want to be wrong. But the reason why all these entertainment companies have been pushing a message that they know no one wants and destroying their market share and going into debt is because this is, to me, in my opinion, has been planned all along. And then once the economy implodes and once the US dollar is completely destroyed because we gave all the money to those assholes in Eastern Europe to buy yachts because of the war or whatever horse shit is going on over there. Don't worry.
We did the same thing in my country.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, don't worry. We're going to have a digital currency. And then all these companies are they're going to be fine. It's us as consumers, our car loans, our home loans, our credit card debt. That will not be forgiven. The corporation's debt, because it's essential, will be. Watch.
What I find fascinating, there's a story the other day that I forget where I read it, that every single streaming service, except for Netflix, loses money. There is not a single streaming service except for Netflix, and I think HBO Max makes a little profit, but not much. Netflix is the only one that makes a very good sustainable profit off of streaming. Disney has lost billions. We estimate. We don't know. I mean, we estimate billions.
It was all the corporate lemming. Like, oh my God, look at Netflix success. We got to do that. Well, it costs $1 billion. It doesn't matter. We got to do that. Well, we got Hulu. No. We have to do it from scratch.
Well,
we have to spend a lot of money. Well, how much money are we going to make? It doesn't matter because we have to do what Netflix is doing. Do you know how many times Netflix though? It's nuts.
Go ahead.
The thing though about Netflix is they aren't trying to always produce uber major hits. They produce a ton of content, and they're looking for the one or two that take off.
Well, and also they take from everywhere. Like you were just talking about, how many.
They also don't produce it. They're just platforming,
right? Yeah. So it's like the Steam of movies. You go there, and the games are all there. You go to Netflix, and you can get whatever movies you want. Whether you want to get a Finnish movie, you want to get a Korean movie, a South Korean movie, you want to get a horror. It's all there, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. That's Netflix announced they're going to spend invest $1 billion in Korean television.
Well, that's the other thing. Netflix owns all of the Korean producing studios. Apparently, they own something like 70% of them.
So they're just going to import Korean television, which, quite frankly, is superior to a lot of what we get here.
They've admitted that already. And Lyle, you hit the nail on the head. And then you've got Amazon doing things like Fallout and making it a comedy with a female with representation. And I made a video.
Can I say something? Can I say something, guys? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound like a misogynist. Every single thing I see, almost 98% of it, has a female lead.
Yep. Yeah.
It is nothing but female leads. Every time I look up a show, it's female leads. I'm so sick of nothing but female leads. I saw True Detective. They're bringing back True Detective. What is it? 2 female leads.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
It got canceled.
Look, when you're making an observation, see, you're making an observation that doesn't make you a misogynist because and when it's because it's true, it also doesn't make you everywhere you look in those two detectives, they're gonna have a relationship, they're gonna be gay, and then they're gonna have a fight, and then there's gonna be a scene where one of them goes off and hooks up on a Tinder date or something, and then they go and she has a bunch of sex with other women, and then she comes back to the other girl and she's like, that's okay, don't worry about it, and that's gonna be it. And then there's gonna be two guys, then they're gonna be, of course, gay.
I'm sick.
Like, what the heck?
I'm sick of seeing female leads. I'm sick of seeing female leads.
I want to say, though, because you were saying that you don't want to sound misogynist, I think that word has been used and abused.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is the word means like an extreme hatred or dislike of women. And I don't think many people have extreme hatred or dislike of women. They're just pointing out things that are facts.
Well, it's
except for
observations.
Except for dudes that want to chop their junk off and wear dresses and then get pissed off when you say you're not a woman.
Well,
they are misogynists.
Well, look, it's one word in the long list of words that's been co-opted to try and make you into try and just guilt you. It's just
guilt
use the words to guilt you into it's like, oh, you don't like this, I'm going to call you this and try and ruin your life when everybody starts squawking the same thing. That's it.
I don't. It's like the whole. Like I said, just female leads everywhere.
Well, it's like
everywhere.
It's like
if you want good female leads that are both attractive and just fun to watch Alice in Borderlands.
I watched that series. I greatly enjoyed it.
I mean, look,
it's got a lot of women in it, but they're all like believable characters.
One of my favorite.
They're also somewhat attractive.
One of my favorite television series of all time. Salty may know this series because he was old. Is the old TV series Dark Angel, which introduced the world to Jessica Alba.
Yep.
And my God, she was hot in that series.
Well, yeah, and she was genetically altered. That's why she was freaking strong and all that stuff. She wasn't just a thin, razor thin teenager. She was genetically altered. Well, she was that too, of course. But there were reasons that she was super powered, right? And it's like, look, this is square peg round hole issue. It's like, look, if you have a female lead that makes sense and the character's good, then we'll like it. If you're just shoving them in there because they're female and they don't fit in the role or in the production, then we're gonna hate it. And we're sick of seeing them just go, oh well, okay, we're gonna make a fantasy movie. Well, first we have the female lead and then we'll work around that. Or with the female lead with her flamboyant gay friend named Merlin, and she is Arthurina, the just, and Merlina, and you'll have Guinevere will be a gay dude, and they'll call him Glenevere. And
did you watch Willow?
Right? I mean,
are you describing Willow? Did you watch Willow? You're describing Willow.
Yeah, is that what it is? I don't. It's like I don't know what to make of. I know, like, I've had some people messaging me about Pendragon Cycle, and I don't. I know people are hoping.
It apparently looks good. I think it looks decent. Like the costuming isn't bad. But we'll wait and see.
It's on Daily. It's a Daily Wire.
It's being produced by Daily Wire, but it was written by somebody else.
Look,
they acquired the rights.
Was a failed fucking fantasy series that got picked up to be finished. So Daily Wire's like, look, I haven't. When Daily Wire makes a movie that's actually really good, I'll start taking them seriously. Like I haven't seen one that's actually a well-produced, great movie yet. What they're doing, right? I mean, it's a failed property they picked up to try and make a movie out of. Do
you know why they picked it up?
Why? Because it's failed and cheap?
No, it has nothing to do with it being failed and cheap. It has to do with Jeremy Boring's favorite novel when he was a kid was The Pendragon Cycle, and when he was in Hollywood at the age of 19, 20, he tried to write a script for it, and nobody would let him. And so now that he's finally got the money he's trying to hire people to produce it for him.
Okay.
It's basically a vanity project.
Does anyone have any hope? Does anyone have any hope for the Aragon TV series based on the old young
There's
fan?
an Aragon TV series coming out.
Yep, coming from Disney
Jesus,
Plus.
I was
Oh,
wrong.
Disney?
So now,
Oh,
we're
that's
now
the flop.
butchering every fantasy.
Hey, Christopher Filoni, the guy who wrote it, he's working on it apparently. So
there's an Aragon.
Maybe. I don't know. I've
TV
heard actually good things about Percy Jackson series on Disney. I haven't watched it because I don't like that they race
Alex-
Roundabout.
Alex said it
But-
was. I thought Alex said it was fucking hot garbage, and he couldn't like.
It's forced diversity. I did look up and see who was writing the Pendragon series. There are notes for concern with that. A lot of it has to do with the inexperience of those people who are directing the show. One of them directed the Terror on the Prairie, the Gina Carano movie. That was okay. The writers behind this don't have a lot of experience, but the person who wrote the book is writing the majority of the episodes. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it doesn't look like it's going to be forced diversity. The question is will it be a quality product? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I get
maybe.
I get. I mean, it's good that the original creator is. Sounds like he's heavily involved. My problem is it doesn't sound like the creation was very well received because it who knows.
I have more faith in this, Steve, than J.A. Bayona, who did Doctor Who and then did Wheel of Time, doing something. And I'm not being a dick about it, but I'm just saying the fact that they're not associated with that world and that crap. I'll give them a chance.
I'll give it a chance.
I do want to add one caveat. Even though the author's involved, Rick Riordan was involved with the Disney adaptation of Percy Jackson. He's the one who apparently signed off on race swapping Grover and Annabeth, among other things. So not having the author on board isn't always going to benefit.
Right. This is not Disney, though. This is not Disney, though.
It is Disney.
I get what you're saying in theory. You know, I get what you're saying though. If this was Disney, I'd say forget about it.
No, I get
no,
it.
That's why I brought up the Aragon series, because I'm with you. On Disney Plus, I have no faith for that. It is, even with Christopher Filoni involved, but how much power was he going to have? I mean, in all honesty.
Well, I also don't know what his views are on things. If he's a pushover like Rick Riordan, he will just sign off on anything.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, it just. I mean, you can go too far in the other direction too, right? It's like, just like, write a good. It's like Trip just said. Just write it well, direct it well, and just. I don't want any message.
Which is why I say Queena's backstory.
What's that?
Which is why I say Queena's backstory in Borderlands is irrelevant and shouldn't exist. Although it does explain why she can beat up men, because apparently she's a biological male, even though she's played by a female actress who's actually a female.
Yeah, I tell you
what,
they
literally tossed it in. There was like a 4-minute segment where they're like, "You can't wear makeup, you're a boy," and it was like,
"Oh, they're gonna do like."
There's
Hasbro is ready to print everything Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering they fucking can. Yeah.
So here's another case where somebody from Microsoft came in to a company, Hasbro. In a lot of the information I get from Clownfish, they do a great job talking about tabletop stuff. But Hasbro brought in somebody from Microsoft. They've already said they want to get rid of anything tabletop. They don't want to make games anymore. They want to be a television studio. Now, I did a video, I think, with Steve about 6 months ago. Hasbro had all these big plans with the movie they were going to do, the D&D movie, which failed completely. It didn't make money, but they had a whole D&D universe set up with live playing and cosplaying stuff and television shows and all of this other stuff. Where it is now,
I thought
let me finish. Where it is with Hasbro laying off 20% of their workforce, 20% last month, right before Christmas. Will this happen? I don't know, but I think we know the answer whether or not it's going to be successful or not. It's not. Nobody wants this shit. Sorry, go ahead.
I thought the Dungeons and Dragons movie didn't do terribly at the box office in the end.
It didn't do well. It didn't
do
make the
great.
money
Isn't
back
it only like
should've.
$100 million budget, and didn't it make like 3?
It didn't do well, and that's per Variety and the Hollywood Reporter.
It only made 2.8 million or 208 million.
What was
So
the budget?
They marketed the
even if
shit
the
out of
budget,
it.
even if the budget was 100, they're not making money.
It was
No, that didn't make any sense.
plus
It didn't.
marketing.
It lost money. Then it lost money.
But so I want this is so I get what you're saying, Aldan, and you're more fair to a lot of the shit than most of us. But I think right here, just I want to focus on the second sentence. You've got your waist swaps and whatever, but they haven't done it badly, so it's not so annoying. I inherently think that's a problem. Like, I get what you're saying is the show overall is like it's like okay, but the fact that we're just okay with race, we are now being programmed to steal everybody else's word to be
That's
like,
it.
well, it's okay. It's just a tiny race swap. It's not destroying the story too bad. It's just sort of a little annoying, but you get over it. I think that's an issue. That now we're just
2
sort
plus
of
2
like,
equals 5.
it's
This,
like,
this
okay, we
is
can race swap it.
psychological warfare. Steve is right. This is the slippery slope, because then we're going to change things that happened in history. We're going to have black women storming the beaches of Normandy. Wait for it, right?
Well, we already have had that stuff happening.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that needs to continue to be called out. And I'm not saying it's the same thing with Aldan, and I love and respect Aldan. I do.
Oh no, I get it. I think that's where we're at with a lot of things. It's like, okay, well, we have to ignore the race swaps and some of the things that point out to even enjoy it. If we don't ignore the stuff that we know they've done to it, like it's like, well, we have to let the race swaps and the stuff that they shouldn't have done go. If we let that stuff go, then it's okay, right?
Because
and that's not.
we're
I'm not saying anything
gatekeeping.
wrong
We're
with it.
gatekeeping. If we call that out, we're gatekeeping.
There's
We're
an
not
end
letting
point to
people in.
this.
We're
There's
not
an
letting
end
people
point
in.
to this. The
That's
end point
phenomenal.
the end point is destroying all of the archetypes in the hero's journey, in the things that made Western civilization what it was, and that's the end point. To all of this.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, there's so much of this. If you try to call this out, you're called a gatekeeper. If you try to say, I don't want you race swapping a character in a series that's been for things, and we've let these people into our franchises, and they've tried to change it.
I mean, I get what you're saying, Lyle. I think
hold on.
the weird thing is, like with Doctor Who, I make these videos where I point out the obvious, and like my engagement's really high, but also the amount of likes. Like the things that I'm saying about Doctor Who, we're talking 95% plus likes on like a 8,000 view video. Okay, so I think there's a 99.9% of the people out there see this, not just with Doctor Who, but with everything that's going on, and that's part of why these studios are dying. And they cannot admit that what they've done is for anything other than for ideological reasons to please someone. We don't know who it is. It's not the audience, but someone. They're making someone happy. And despite losing all of this money for almost 10 years, they are not going to stop. And that's why when I hear people or other large channels giving people false hope, it makes my skin crawl. Okay, like we have to be prepared to take care of our heads and our entertainment needs, and not do what it is that Steve's saying. Like continue to accept having reality replaced with their bullshit.
Well, but
no, that's what I'm actually.
Hold on. I just want because if the race swap makes no difference, then why do it? Like this is the problem. It's like.
Okay.
If it doesn't make a difference, then why are you race swapping it? Just put what it should be. And
perfect.
I'm not reading too far into his comment. I'm gonna push back. He said it straight up. They've race changed people. If you ignore it, the story's fine. That's what he said.
So
that's
the other thing I want to push back on Trip with as well is. What's the phrase? Give an inch, they take a mile, or whatever, right? you know?
That's
So
communist.
if we keep giving them ground and conceding them ground and allowing them to do this, they are taking more and more liberties, and it's causing more and more problems. Like we've already seen historical figures raised up. The most recent one being Isaac Newton. He's now apparently from India.
He's gay as a goose too, according to my
I'm
British
not.
friends.
I'm not saying it's like. Look, I get it. It's like you want to enjoy the stuff. So you know what? We've been trained. We have now been trained to go. Well, you know what? They're gonna do the race swapping shit. So if I'm gonna enjoy this show at all, I need to try and ignore it and recognize
Or not watch it.
Or you have to choose to not watch it. So it's one or the other. You either have to be like, okay, you know what? That character was a white, tall blonde. Now he's a short black dude.
But it's not just the race.
Like, well, no, it's not race,
the
gender,
sexuality too. I mean,
all of it, right?
All of it. Yeah.
So,
sorry, I'm backing.
No. We're saying the same thing. It's just we've now been trained to we have to.
There's so many characters. There are so many characters in so many other cultures, in so many other stories out there. Okay, we talk about black as if that means something when you go to Africa. Do you know what means something in Africa? What tribe and what region you're from. They don't see people that come there from America or the UK or Germany or France and go, oh, look, it's another black person just like me. They don't. They see European. They see American. They see Brit. Okay, within Africa. Okay. Even in some place like South Africa, there are majority tribes and minority tribes, and they don't like each other. There are so many stories out there. So we sit here in America with our higher academic, liberal, Judeo-Christian concepts, okay? And we think we're being so virtuous because we have somebody who's black on the screen, okay?
But
when
we aren't
countries that are predominantly, that is the majority of their culture, they don't see that. They see all of the other elements of what they are. There are so many excellent African stories and so much African mythology, and there's so much Chinese and Korean and Japanese and Indonesian and Indian. They're all out there. They could.
Sorry to interrupt you, Salty. I just watched Hero with Jet Li for the first time yesterday, and the first thing I said, I was watching this with Fëanor, High King Fëanor, and I said, you know what? This doesn't have enough inclusivity. It's all Chinese actors. He's
funny how that works.
I know.
Well, look,
it's just like
there should be no middle ground. Okay, because am I going to cast the LeBron James documentary show with the tall white guy? No.
Like we already tried to find the balance. We already tried to give them ground, and
we had a balance. We had this problem solved in the 90s. Okay, this was not a problem. This was not a problem at all in the 80s. Okay, do you know how many in the 70s? Does anybody even know what the Jeffersons is? How about Good Times? How about different
Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son. Chico and the Man. They talked about these issues in the 70s, ironically, because we'd already essentially were through them, and there were a couple of holdouts of races. In the 80s,
Cosby Show.
Axel F. How many African-American actors were in the biggest movies of the year that were out there? In the 90s. Yep. Okay? Yep. And then all of a sudden, Barack Obama gets elected, and everybody forgets. Oh, now we have a problem, and now there's racism everywhere. And now that we're in the third term of Barry's election. Let's all be really honest about that. We're living in the late stages of whatever this shit was. Okay? It is essential that everything is about race in the identity. Okay? I saw a black Hamlet in the 1980s. It was absolutely astonishing. Never for 1 minute did I go, this is so diverse. Look at the representation in Hamlet. How thoughtful and leftist. No, do you know why? Because that was one of the greatest actors I have ever seen on the stage. You know, I was in theater in college. All of my drama professors were gay and black. They were some of the coolest, smartest, funniest guys I have ever known. Okay? But they would say the same thing I am. Okay? If you're going to tokenize a role like it's a participation trophy, and you show me one race swapped out character out there that was exceptional. Show me one. Show me one. Because
Samuel Jackson
But hold on,
as
hold on.
Nick Fury.
So why? But why is
for
so
two
wait,
movies?
wait. Hold on,
Not
hold on, hold on.
anymore.
You're wrong.
Wait, hold on. So
Okay.
because they've decided
Start a YouTube channel.
So they've decided to do all this, I have to bend. Why do I have to bend? Why it was
You
all
don't.
fine. No, I'm just saying, yeah, we continue to fight. Yeah, we're gonna continue to
Webster.
fight because why am I the one that has to give up ground? You don't give up anything. You just keep taking and changing and taking and changing, and I have to go, okay, well, I guess that one's okay. I just don't want to fight. No.
Yeah, there's a word for it. It's called abuse.
Yeah, psychological
Like, it's like-
narcissistic
I
discard
just-
abuse. That's what
You know,
this is.
Hey.
You know?
because that's the problem. If you try and you can't compromise right now. The minute you compromise, they go, okay, great. They were willing to take a step back on that. I'm going to try and take some
this
more.
game with people in chat. You guys want to? You guys want to play that game? Go ahead.
So,
I'm going to go
the
back and
thing
do
is,
something else.
I'm
I'm sick of
I
this
was-
shit. I'm sick of this intellectual masturbation with some people. Okay, look around at the world. Look around at your entertainment. Look around at what's happening. Are you happy with it? If not, articulate why. Okay? But I want to sit here and go, oh, well, you're white and you're old and you can't say anything. Fuck you. Okay? I don't need to explain how I'm not a racist because I'm not, because I'm pointing out the most simple of things. Okay? This is not working for anybody. And the groups that they're trying to promote and put out there, it's actually damaging the relations between the races more than at any other time in my life. And I'm going to be 54 pretty soon. I have never seen things this bad in my entire life. And it's because of what's going on right now. It's
One of the
just
things-
entertainment, it's all of it. So I'm going to go. I want to say thanks to everybody, okay? This is Steve's show. I didn't mean to make it heavy, but I am fucking tired.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
tired of it, guys. You can just do this all you want. It's not going to change what you're going to get. Have a good night.
Good night, buddy.
Good night.
See ya. Wow. I
yeah, I
didn't
want
realize.
to.
Go ahead.
No,
Lau,
I-
you go first.
I know. I feel kind of bad. My simple thing, my complaint about too many female leads led us down this. I didn't mean for it to go down this. I didn't mean to go on a rant that sent us down this path.
No, it's all good, man. I think, look, man, Salty's just like the rest of us, man. Sometimes you got to get it out, and that's cool. I look, and I hope everybody knows Corey well enough by now that you know, it's one of those. No, look. Everybody just look. You should all know he gets passionate, and he's sometimes got to let it out, and that's part of why we're all here together, is because we all know that we respect each other, and we should be able to say these things and have a conversation like this, and then go on and talk about something else, and everybody and everything is still cool, because that's how the world used to work. Right? You used to have disagreements, and you could have discussions, and then after the discussion's over, you move on.
Yeah,
And
I wanna say
you have to be
and that's
willing.
okay.
You have to be willing to listen.
I'm not,
I mean,
For the longest time,
yeah, go ahead.
I was okay with like the race swaps / gender swaps. I was fine with it. But my issue is it started to go into historical
Yeah, they're abusing
where
it.
they
They're-
started to race swap and gender swap history. And to me, that is a bigger problem. And it's indicative of
the whole
root
Cleopatra
cause.
thing. You're trying to erase history and rewrite it in your own, and that's just plagiarism. But like my whole point is, it's like, look, like I think we're all grown-ups. We can have these discussions, and that's how it used to be, and that's how it should be. Is you don't have to agree, you don't have to have the same point of view, and you should be able to talk about it. And then when you're on the other side of it, you're still okay to talk to each other. It's not like, well, I hate you now. I'll never talk to you again. That's how that shit used to be. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, this is once again, this is why I'm very particular who I choose to associate with, who I choose to have a conversation with, because there's a lot of people out there that will they don't listen, and they don't know how to argue, so they'll just call you the name, and they'll do something that will try to damage you. I mean, the High King Feanor is dealing with Rings of Power, nutcases that are trying to dox him. There are there are psychopaths out there. Yeah.
Well, that's
That's
terrible.
Like he had to file. He was considering filing a police report and all that. That's something he told me when we were watching Hero. So I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'm very, and then plus I got. I mean, I mean, it's been a while now, but I got dogpiled for Picard season 3 for talking to the the production manager.
Yeah,
a certain way. So yeah, that Alex and Daniel had my back on that one. But I basically ignored everyone. Those were all just the peon, the small fry. I went straight for Dave Blass himself. I was like, act like a fucking adult, grow the fuck up. You are in charge of a major production that a lot of people watch. I literally said that. Then he
we all love you, Trip.
I was like,
no. Look,
Trip, we love you.
Look, that's
we all love you,
point. Trip knows I don't agree with everything she says, and she knows I know she doesn't agree with everything I say. And guess what? That's fucking fine, because guess what? We are grown up people. That's it. Right? It's like, and we have our things we agree on. That's what people are. People are different. We're not, and that's also why, when people come in here and call us an echo chamber, how can you come in here and call us an echo chamber when we're having this type of discussion?
Steve, I still don't like Breath of the Wild.
And everybody's saying what they feel, and everybody has a chance to say what they want to say, because I'm not always right. Sometimes it's like, well, shit, fuck, that's a good point, right?
It's like what Quint says. It's like what Quint says in Jaws. You guys ever see Jaws? 1975, Robert Shaw. He tells us to the insufferable Richard Dreyfuss. He's like, are you smart enough? You're a college boy. Are you smart enough to know when you're wrong, or when you realize you're wrong? And that's the thing that I think people need to. I mean, people need to start learning some humility. Well, except for Steve. Steve's perfect.
But there's too many people.
Speaking of that though, as I've actually seen, I get onto like the Reddits of things that hold opposite views of us, and they can never seem to grasp our arguments or understand them, which is, I think, an issue. Like, I feel like I can understand their arguments and where they're trying to come from, even though I disagree with their premise and their starting point and their end point. But if they can never seem to understand our starting point and our end point.
That's because of their bias. They associate certain things that we say with, like racism and all this, and then that's why they spout off all these name callings and all that. It's because of their bias.
Real quick, Mr. Wakizashi's Tea House. It's December 31st in Japan. I wish you all the very best for the new year. Gray, you're the man.
Kampai.
Be safe. Hopefully, you don't drink yourself stupid. But
have a happy New Year. Have a happy New Year, Gray.
One of these days, I want to do something. I want to hang out with him and do that and have a drink with him.
What, in person or?
Yeah, in person.
Fufu is never forgotten. Fufu will never. You cannot. Fufu, no. Fufu lives on forever. Okay. Fufu.
No, and
ever.
Dude, and also to kind of add on to what you were talking about. I mean, for example, and I'm just going to say this. I'll be quite honest. I go into chats on other these big channels who all despise, for example, Rings of Power. Mm-hmm. All of you know, I actually like the show. And we all disagree. You all disagree with me on that. But I will go into chat rooms on bigger channels. I won't name any of them. But I try to defend it and say, I think it's pretty good. My God, I got attacked. I got called a fake fan. I got called someone who really doesn't know Tolkien. I'm like, you jackasses. I named my daughter after Numenorean queen that none of you probably even know. So just shut up.
The thing is I think there's a fine line. You can like something because liking it or disliking it is subjective. But in the objective of quality, I think there's a line where you have to acknowledge that its quality is bad, even though you like it. Like, there are several movies that are objectively not good, but I enjoy them.
Yep.
Like Resident Evil, for example.
I just said I liked it. I'm not even talking about quality. I'm just saying I liked it because of this. And then they started attacking. And it's like, well, you know what? we can debate whether, because I think it's a lot better than any of you are giving it credit for, and that's my own opinion on the matter. But just because I like something, but to just attack someone and call them a fake fan is just, I don't know. I don't agree with that idea. And like I said, it was eye opening when it happened.
Well, I don't know. I haven't gone to.
But you know
I
what?
don't do much. I don't do much. Ooh, I like The Last Starfighter, and that. Stop it, Mark. That is not a terrible movie. That is a treasure. The Last Starfighter is a treasure and
I
a
don't know
fantastic
about
movie.
Excuse me.
Hey, Starship Troopers is not considered an objectively good, high quality movie. But I enjoy it. I've watched it like 20 times.
Look, it's one of those things. Like, I remember when I wanted them to redo The Last Starfighter because I thought they could expand on it and make I thought it was a good concept, and now it's like, please just forget it exists. But just forget The Last Starfighter thing. Same with Starship Troopers. Like, Starship Troopers, yeah, it was a little quirky, but you know what? It's okay. I'll watch it every once in a while. It's fun, right? Is it some like freaking Shakespearean play? No, but it's
cautionary. It's a good cautionary tale.
It'll get my action boner on, and it'll be okay, right? It's fine.
My only point in everything I just said is that everyone gets so riled up over this to the point that it just, like I said, you get like dogpiled, you get attacked, you get thing for having a different view. And like I said, it's just, I just wish that kind of stuff would stop. That's all I'm saying. I wasn't trying to discourage.
I agree. Well, and that's, we acknowledge, I mean, we've acknowledged it more than once. It's like, you know what? I am not the arbiter of good. I like what I like, you like what you like, and that's okay. If we don't see eye to eye, we can have a discussion if we want. If we don't, we don't need to, right? It's just, I can still, like, I'm not going to beat my head against the wall trying to convince somebody that likes something that they're completely 100% wrong. I'm just going to state my facts, and if they can see, oh shit, some of that stuff makes sense. Maybe I need to take a different look. Great. If not, oh well. Who cares? Like, I'm not.
But there's something else too, and so much of this comes from this mythical modern audience that these companies have been chasing, and they haven't found it yet. They haven't found it. There is no the ones on Twitter that say I'm a fan of something now because it's diverse or whatever, and I'm like, well, you didn't really want a fan in the first place. It's
Well, the biggest problem is there's so many people that say they're a fan of something. Like, this is where we all went wrong. Like, not all. I shouldn't say we all went wrong. And you brought up gatekeeping, and that was the number one thing that we all did wrong. Was we're all like very accepting to our fandoms because we wanted our fandoms to grow and get more popular, and we wanted more people to enjoy them and share them, right? So we let all these posers in because of Big Bang Theory, and freaking nerd culture became. Nerd and geek culture became popular culture. So once it became popular and trendy to become a geek, all these people went onto these wikis and tried to learn the lowest tier part of some of these fandoms, and then they started calling themselves big fans. And then when they got called out, they saw that they weren't big fans, and then they started calling people names and saying, well, blah 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 blah. And then you go down the cycle of now we've invaded these fandoms. Now we have to change it to be, to turn into our bullshit CW. I like dating shows on Tinder, Paradise Island, Sex on the Beach, Robin Hood bullshit shows. And it's like, that's not what they are. Like, I thought you were a fan of this stuff. You were never a fan of this stuff.
They did the exact same thing in video games. Yeah. And I don't know, some of you probably are familiar with like old style like COD lobbies and everything, and all the gamer words that would be flung around, right? But like there was a whole time in gaming where that was commonplace. It still is for the most part, but there are some games out there where if you even like type in the wrong word, you're like instantly banned for like a week.
Oh yeah,
we have so many delicate snowflakes around that you can't even, like, keyboard warriors, like. You can't even be a keyboard warrior. If you're a keyboard warrior and you say you're a fucking asshole, it's like permaban for a week. It's like, what?
These
Like,
people have never been in these rooms, though. The people who put these bans in,
oh yeah.
they
Well,
could
no,
not
or-
survive
No, but
in
Or
one of
they
these
were
rooms.
no. See, I would like to push back on that. They were the people that sucked at the game and
Yeah.
still wanted to play it, and now they've coerced and got their way into a position where they can now go, well, I remember when I sucked at COD and people called me a fucking asshole. It kicked me out of the lobbies. It kicked me off their teams
Yep.
because I sucked. So now that I'm in a position, I can root for those people that are actually good at the game and want to have a competitive game because they need to include everybody.
what's interesting about that is over Christmas, I kind of had a discussion with my siblings, and we were talking about like games that, you know, have semi woke player bases versus games that don't. And the one that came out as like the least woke currently is Counter-Strike. Like, you don't get banned for anything you say in Counter-Strike. You can drop anything.
Good.
It's kind of weird. But then you go over to like COD and you drop gamer word and you gotta go take a little vacation.
Yeah. It's
I
no,
don't
but
know.
it's but the point is too many people, and this is one of the other big problems I think we have, because so much of the companies have marketed so many of this to these groups saying, "Oh, if I don't like your gay, lesbian, black, female lead character, I'm personally attacking you if you do like that character." No, I'm saying the character sucks. I'm not attacking you. But so many people have locked their identities into these fictional characters and shows that they take it as, "Oh, you're personally attacking me. If I don't know, I just don't like your shit character."
Yep.
And that's the problem. And these companies are now catering to these weirdos on Twitter.
Oh, yeah,
I'll never
yeah,
call
that-
it X.
that-
I'll never call it X. It'll always be
I know.
Twitter to me.
Yeah. Well, I think that's been going. That's where we are. That's where we are because they have been catering, and it's just like that's why we all pray that anything that hasn't been grabbed onto and that we love, we hope that maybe 5 years, wait 5 years, and give it a try because right now everything is in danger of being just, I don't know, just corrupted and turned into some.
It's going to fade out of. It's going to. I mean, people are going to lose interest. I mean, the way they write, the way they make stuff. It's just. I mean, you can only be fake for so long, and there's going to be a point where people. I mean, more and more people are starting to, you know, awaken.
I think the death of Marvel will probably be a big blow.
Speaking of awakening or whatever, so I've kind of been in the community scene, like the fellowship here on Twitter, for like a year and a half, maybe almost 2 at this point. And for the last like 2 years, I would like bring it up with my family at home, what have you. And my dad would always be like, "Why are you going off on this?" And all this other stuff. He's like, "You're seeing things that aren't there." But literally a month ago, he was like, "I've started to see this."
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, I think the just and I think that's why when people say it might start, like I think you said, it's starting to turn now because normal people are starting to get fed up with it, and they're like, why is this way? Like I was talking to somebody at work, and we had a similar discussion about some. I forgot what show it was at this point, but it's just like, yeah, I sort of noticed that too. It's just like, why did they do that? That's strange. It doesn't make sense. And it's like, oh shit, okay, like this is somebody normally that would have just, gobbled it up and said, well, who cares, right? I think it's starting to affect stories more and more, and I think I do think, like, I don't know, I maybe it's just hope, fool's hope, but I think the impending death of Marvel in the MCU, I think it's going to be a big blow, and hopefully open some eyes that they just can't keep doing this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Did Marvel make $1 billion?
They can't just snap MCU on it and make $1 billion.
No. Did any Marvel film make $1 billion this year? I don't remember.
No.
$1 billion?
Did any Marvel film make $1 billion? I don't remember.
The largest one was Guardians, and it was like 960.
That's crazy.
Wow, so this is the first year.
How
I
did the
think.
Marvels not make $1 billion? That was a guaranteed success, right, Nerboreal?
Marvel's got pulled
Absolutely.
out of the box office, and they stopped reporting it at 200 million.
I thought
Its
that was
budget and
it's a favorite
production
movie. Wait a
was
second.
500.
Nerboreal, how do you feel about that? Isn't that your favorite movie?
What?
The Marvels, right behind -1, isn't it? I know you watched them together.
Um,
You told me.
it's not true. It's not true.
You told me. You
I haven't even. I'll be honest. I haven't even seen Captain Marvel. Like
I haven't either.
that was the. I mean, I watched. I when Endgame came out, I went through all the MCU films I missed, and Captain Marvel was the one I skipped. I watched enough clips of it to be like, nah, this is not for me.
Yeah, I've watched my MCU through either Heel versus Babyface or Mauler or other channels breaking it down and laughing about it because it's just completely fucked. Like it's so completely. I don't like, man. I don't want to put people down, but I don't understand how people with any form of intelligence can watch some of these movies and be like, yeah, that sort of made sense. It's like, come on.
It's because they tell themselves. It's like someone's. I was listening to a video. So they like to pat themselves on the back and tell themselves they did something good by
Didn't Marvel's
liking the movie, by liking something that is hard to like.
Didn't
you know what I mean?
Like, no, I know. Go ahead, Lyle. Go first.
I was gonna say, didn't the Marvels basically have the plot of Spaceballs?
I have no idea.
Was stealing the atmosphere, because I think she was like stealing the atmosphere, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
Wait a minute. This looks like Spaceballs.
Well, it's like Rebel Moon is ants, like Purple Valkyrie, or not ants, fucking Bug's Life. Purple Valkyrie pointed that out to me. I was like, oh shit, it sort of is.
Only Bug's Life is a better film.
Yeah, it is.
The grasshoppers came and demanded the harvest.
That's right. That's right. And then they
got on a ladybug and flew off to find some companions.
Yeah, exactly. And then trained them to fight. That doesn't sound like a Bug's Life at all.
Wow. That's no, but you're right. I think the death of Marvel is going to shake Hollywood up immensely because they have been used to that being their cash cow for a very years now. And
for a long time it was stamp MCU on it, make at least $500 to $1 billion. Right? I mean, that was especially since Infinity War. Infinity War was a stamp MCU, try to make and it'll make money. And like
the issue is
so much.
It costs too much money to make. I don't get why it costs $500 million to make some of these projects. Like apparently, I think She-Hulk cost something like $100 million for the first season.
$25 million per episode.
Well, they have to be embezzling, and that's where they have to be embezzling money, or they suck at their job so much, and it could just be they suck at their job so much, or they're CGIing arrows in when they're blowing in the it's like you look at just back to Wheel of Time. You look at the freaking Heroes of the Horn scene. They're CGIing arrows onto the bows. Like, don't do that. You can save a whole bunch of money. Like, just actually have them shoot like rubber arrows or some shit. Like, this is so they're just either nobody on set that or in productions that know how to manage money and cost, or they're just stealing it. It's one of the other.
I think it flies in sharp contrast to the budget for Godzilla -1. That budget was estimated apparently at around 15, but the producer came out, director was like, no, it's less than that. It's around like 11 million USD, and it made something like 100+ million at the box office now.
It just shows that you really you can't so all this bullshit where we need all this money for it's like, well, no, they just made Godzilla. It's right there. They had no money. They made Godzilla. So you're telling me you can't make a fucking ficus for $10, but they made Godzilla? You're full of shit, right? That's why it's either they're just spending money and don't know what they're doing with it, or they're stealing it. And part of me thinks they're stealing it. I want to think. I
Well,
think it's more fun if they're stealing it, because then maybe they can go to jail. Because I mean, how fun is it that Rafe Judkins could go
no,
to
no,
jail for making Wheel of Time because he stole all the money? Wouldn't that be a headline? Rafe Judkins goes to jail for making worst fantasy
Hey.
adaptation ever and stealing all the money.
Wait,
I don't think
maybe
it'll be
that's why
worse.
they hired all those IRS agents and trained them with firearms.
Oh my god. Hey, Mr. Prophet of the Dragon, to alleviate your boredom, I have some trip material for you. Just call her Coochie Woochie Trip and the reaction will be hilarious. So is Foo better or Coochie Woochie? Foo Coochie Woochie Trip. Okay. I like it. I can
No,
dig
but I was going to say this too. There's one of the things too that we're starting to see. I think that's one of the things we're going to see is these budgets be reined in. And how much did Wheel of Time season 2 cost? They estimate.
It was more than season 1.
I don't remember. It was over 100 million still, wasn't it? I don't know. Hold on.
It was less than the cost of She-Hulk per episode, but it was more than the cost of HBO. Like House of the Dragon.
Well, that's because, and I think Nerd would agree with me on this one. HBO just knows how to do television. They know how to do technically prestige television.
I mean, yeah, because they've been in the game for decades, so they know how to. They know
They got the infrastructure in place.
Yeah,
to divvy out the money.
And I think,
everything.
I think Dan and Dave, when they proposed the show, they had access to a lot of resources, really good people, and they were able to adapt. The first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones really well.
Where are Dan and Dave now? Have they done anything after Game of Thrones?
They were supposed to make a show called Confederacy for HBO. That went down the wayside. They were supposed to make a Old Republic trilogy. So like they gave Ryan Johnson a trilogy, and then they gave Dan and Dave a trilogy for Star Wars. That fell by the wayside once season 8 came out. Apparently they were supposed to be developing some couple shows for Netflix. We still haven't heard anything about those. So,
Sam 8000 for $2 says John Wilkes Booth was a patriot. I hope I don't get kicked off
the Tyrannus.
We're getting a little kooky here, but
hey, I haven't said anything in the last hour.
So I don't know. So I aside from Reach, I don't know, because I know Terminal List is I feel like there's a bunch of possible.
What block? We got Dune in March.
Okay.
And then the next one is I'm pretty sure we're also supposed to be getting an Alice in Borderlands season 3 next year.
Are they actually doing that? I didn't know they did.
Yeah,
really?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Then there's supposed to be.
Over.
Yeah, so
I mean, how much more can you do with the story of Alice in Borderlands? They're all back in the living world. They're all back in the living world.
I just heard Az talking about it, so maybe I'm out to lunch, but I felt like I heard Az talking about it recently.
It's possible, I guess. They can do anything they want. I think it was a lot more popular than they thought.
Was this also an anime, Alice in Borderland?
It was a graphic novel first.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm blanking. There's rumors that like Deadpool might be bad, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, who knows about that? That's gonna be one until we see something. Who knows? Because they're just gonna be making stupid
and House of the Dragons. Speaking of House of the Dragon, though, is they finished filming several months ago, and Rings of Power just wrapped up all of their everything like a month or two ago, and the rumor is that they're holding out on giving a release date on Rings of Power because they want Hot D to give their release date first, so they don't
want to come out at the same time. That sounds about right.
But the rumor is that Hot D is waiting on Rings of Power so that they can just trounce them again.
That would be great. All I know is that when I think of
Hot
Kratos and God of War, I think Rafe Judkins. Like, do you think he's going to self-insert himself as Kratos? Wouldn't that be great? You got a big
No,
fat gay guy with glasses that didn't win Survivor as Kratos. Tattoos on his
no.
butt.
I'll tell you what, his boyfriend will be in it though.
Oh, I'm sure he will. I'm sure
Do
he
you
will.
think he'll? Do you think he could be Kratos? The
Hey, guys.
what's his name?
Remember,
Maxim.
we're all assholes because we wanted Land to kill a gay guy, not because we wanted Land to kill a stupid dumbass fucking asshole. Oh, sorry, you guys all read that, right? When Ray's
What?
boyfriend got mad at Twitter because everybody said that Land should have killed him when he stepped up and pulled his sword out, and how every single person on the planet said Land should cut you in two, and the guy goes on Twitter and goes, "I'm so surprised at the reaction to this. I can't believe everybody wanted Land to kill a gay man." And it's like, what? It's like, no, I fucking hate your character. He's a fucking dumbass, you son of a bitch.
See, that's what I
okay.
was talking about.
All right, so
Henry
guys,
Cavill's 40K, I have high hopes for. And speaking of hope, I think hope is a very important thing, and it's what keeps humans human.
I am hopeful for you guys that it is good. I want it to be good for me too because I think it would
Well,
be
Henry
badass.
Cavill.
Apparently,
Henry
him and
Cavill-
his wife own the rights. Like, they have control.
I don't believe that shit for a second.
They apparently Cavill has like Oda. He has Ichiro Oda style control over this series, and that gives me
The
hope.
only reason they're with Amazon is their Steam. Amazon's supposed to be platforming them, but they're producing it on their own.
We will see. That's all I'm gonna say because Warhammer is busy destroying their own lore right now. I don't believe for I don't believe for a second Cavill and his girlfriend or wife or whatever have full control. I don't believe it, and until I see something, I'm going to remain skeptical, and that's fine. I hope I am more pessimistic than most, but I think what happened to The Witcher shows what pull Henry Cavill has on a production, which is zero.
But Henry Cavill didn't have any creative control over The
Well, that's what
Witcher.
I'm saying. I don't think he has control. Like, you can say,
But
all
he
you
does
want.
here.
I doubt it. I doubt it's nearly as much as everybody says. But we'll see. We'll see. I will. Remain
Unless he's
skeptic.
straight up lying to the fans.
We'll see. We'll see. Like, when just because they've signed a contract, there's been no script, there's been no nothing. We'll see.
Which means, wait a minute. Which means we probably won't see that till what, 2025?
Probably 2026.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Why does it take so long to produce these? There was a time when movies could be produced in 6 months.
Yeah, I don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, I haven't looked enough.
Didn't all of the Lord of the Rings come out back to back? Like,
well, they
2001.
because they were smart and they were cost efficient, and they decided to,
They filmed all three at the same time.
Right, exactly. So hold on. I'm trying to. Yeah, Dovey, I haven't got my miniatures yet. God damn it! Trying to look up when. I'm so pissed.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's one of those. I know, like, it's one of those. I keep hearing that him and his girlfriend got control, and that's all wonderful, and that's until I see something and I start hearing some actual concrete stuff about a script and see who's actually involved, I don't believe it. And that's just because I think I've been pounded into submission at this point. My hope meter is on zero. Maybe it'll go up if Avatar is actually worth a shit, like it looks like it. Like,
is your hope meter like white tears?
What do you mean? White tears?
Haven't you seen the trailer for American Society of Magical
Magical
Nah.
Wait, what?
The
What
American
am I doing?
Society of Magical Negroes.
Yeah, it's the newest show.
Wait, what?
Here's the greatest line. What is the most dangerous animal on Earth?
You're gonna
And the
love
main
this.
character goes, a shark? And the guy goes, no, a white person.
What's it called? American
Society of Magical Negroes.
Society of. This is not real, right?
Nope, it's
You
real.
have the white tears meter. You have the white
It's
tears
coming out
meter
in
the trailer.
April.
It's real. Yep. Yep.
Oh, why am I not surprised that Tree Kind Justice Smith is in this? Great. Hold on a second.
Forsaken wants you to watch the trailer.
I'm bringing it up right now. Here it comes.
Wait a minute, Justice Smith. That name sounds familiar.
He's the Pikachu movie guy.
Oh,
He's in the Dungeons and Dragons.
He's this guy.
I think he's the.
He's
who's he,
Tree Kind. Okay, guys. He's Tree Kind. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What am I watching here? All right. I 100% hope 40K is good. When the more news comes out about it, we start seeing stuff. I will be able to give you but right now, I don't believe. I don't believe a lot of what's being said, and we'll see.
This is releasing at the same time as Dune.
Sweet in theaters. I'm gonna buy my Dune ticket and go watch this. Are we ready? Here it comes. Sound is on.
Welcome to the American Society.
get ready to cringe.
I love how they just said American Society and left the second part out because even in their own trailer they didn't want to say the word. But I'm just saying.
I quoted this on TikTok and my comment got removed and my account got a strike for using the title of the movie.
Yeah. What American fiction? Okay, all right. I don't know what I'm getting into here. I don't see any. I see a lot of requests, but I don't see any new members. What's wrong with all of you guys? Sorry, I'm kidding. Axel F.
Yeah, the moment
Axel F
the
is
moment
going to be legendary.
The moment I became a member of the Dragon Sworn, I swear my appreciation for Axel F exponentially grew.
Yeah, Nerporio's tits got 3 times bigger.
Well, hey, we don't discuss that with outsiders.
All right, here we go.
Magical Negro.
Oh, they did say it. Never mind. I got too far. I didn't go far enough. Is this the Adjustment Bureau only black?
Actually, that's what I was just thinking.
Wait a minute. So they're going to erase his memory because he likes a white girl?
No, because liking a white girl makes the white boy feel like less of a man, which makes the white guy angry, which is going to make the cops shoot all the black people.
Oh my God. You know what?
Right?
I'm not even going to call this garbage. I'm not even going to call this garbage. That would be an insult to garbage to call this garbage.
I don't.
But yeah, if you haven't seen it, watch up Adjustment Bureau. That's pretty good. Like, it's campy but fun.
It's campy but fun. Yeah, it's fine. Plus,
It's got Matt Damon, right?
Matt Damon and Emily Blunt.
And
how do you go wrong? I mean,
So this is apparently a trope. This thing that I can't say. Magical something that I can't say. Apparently, this is a
apparently,
trope.
black people in fantasy or whatever are always cast as like the magical sidekick, the wizard.
To help whites as a magical.
okay, I have a great solution to that. Just stop casting them.
Cast them as the barbarian instead?
No, just
wait, that might have racial rage tropes going on.
Don't race change the wizard to a black guy and leave him a white guy. Problem solved.
Or these are probably the same people that made up, probably the same ones that see orcs as black people. So,
that's true. You're probably right. Yeah,
so apparently, the Green Mile is an example of the of this trope. John Coffey, if you remember
What's
that
wrong with
movie.
John Coffey? John
What's
Coffey.
wrong with
He's
Green
he's,
Mile?
Great.
he's a magical Negro.
Awesome character. He's a magical, awesome character. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
I would argue he's the main character in Green Mile, not like a sidekick. He's the story centers around John Coffey.
A supporting stock character who comes to the aid of white protagonists in a film.
No, he's the main character.
Magical
missed the
characters
whole-
often possessing special insight
He's
or
the
mystical
fucking
powers.
angel. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? John Coffey's like a fucking angel who is they help him, like because he's in pain because the world sucks.
Yeah.
Like, did you not watch The Green Mile? Just because he heals his goddamn bladder problems and cures the woman, he's a fucking angel. God damn it! He's a fucking angel. Like fuck white people. How dare you make a black guy an angel? Well, you know who else is an angel? Tyrael in Diablo, and he's pretty badass too. What is happening?
Tyrael is pretty badass. Too bad
is.
Blizzard kind of fucked him over.
He did, but I mean, John Coffey's an angel, man. What? Like, I don't. Oh my. Okay.
I have never heard of that trope before. That is.
Because it's not a trope. They are making it up because
I know. I'm just. That is so.
John Coffey is your best example. Literally the nicest angel, who is the main character of The Green Mile.
Like, he is so gentle in that movie. He's massive. He's tall. He's worth like 10 men.
Because he 2 times he helps. You know, don't forget about the white guy he killed because he was evil, or put into a coma or whatever it is. Because John Coffey decided to heal the nice guy's fucking bladder problems and save the dying old woman of cancer. It's a trope. Don't worry about the guy that he freaking put pestilence into and made shoot freaking the other guy. Don't worry about that. Like, what are we doing? He's a fucking angel.
Yeah, and you know who said this? You know who put this as the example of The Green Mile? Everybody's favorite director, Spike Lee.
Oh, of course. Well,
Oh, of course.
everything.
Yeah,
Well,
this movie and Legend of Bagger Vance is the other example.
Oh
He's
my
another
God.
angel.
Yep.
So are they saying that black people can't be angels?
But Bagger Vance is the fucking. He's the main character. He's helping the guy because he needs help. Like, that's a problem.
Because apparently, no. It's a problem because it's a trope because it's keeping white people comfortable. That's why it's a problem.
Dude, he's a war vet who fucking, like,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
not like he's
Doesn't
standing
matter.
in line to get coffee at Starbucks and he sees a black guy and he fucking, like, freaks out. He's a war veteran going through PTSD. Have we
Doesn't
watched
matter.
these movies? They're fucking angels.
To quote them, we actually don't understand the messaging of these movies, and we only see
No.
apparently a surface level.
I can't believe I'm watching this. Did you forget my water, brah?
Oh, I left it downstairs.
Motherfucker. It's you. Jesus.
I filled it up at least.
Okay. Is she about to do Avada Kedavra? Is that what that was? Or was it? Where did it go? She was in her greens.
That was real.
Oh, I missed it again. Avada Kedavra. Does she have a fucking... Is she crippled too? I'm such an asshole, but is that a walking...
Is that a walker?
Is that a walker? Oh, thank you. Wow, that wasn't loud. I appreciate it.
So wait a minute. So they're having the leader of the magical society of the word I'm not going to say be a large black woman with a walker.
Yes.
How much you want to bet they're gonna? How much you want to bet they're gonna make it? She loves fried chicken and purple
John
juice.
Coffey is a fucking angel.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mm.
I'm
Oh my God, he disappeared right before they gonna camp.
curious to see how you gonna make it out of all this.
What garbage!
The only thing I can say is at least it's coming out at the same time Dune is, and hopefully people go and watch Dune instead.
Oh, absolutely. Who's gonna watch this garbage?
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? How are you? How's Rebel Moon? I saw you guys were live. I didn't even realize you guys were live. I'm sorry. I just went fucking nuts. What did you want me to watch, Trip? I'm going to watch this, by the way.
What?
I'm going to watch it in theaters. I want to put my phone.
He was
off.
saying something like American literature.
Okay,
or something like that.
if you watch this movie, Steve, I will watch it with. I will see it with you.
Theaters.
I will suffer this with you. If you
I'm
do
going to take a selfie in the
Oh,
theater.
American fiction.
See if there's a discrepancy in the theater. I'm going. You think I'm joking? I'm going. All right. What's it called?
American fiction.
American fiction. Okay. Oh man.
Well,
Man,
you're braver than I am going to see this. Oof.
I still don't see.
You got to do a review on it when you're done.
That's right. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Oh God, it's the other dude. Oh no. Official trailer. Here we go. Do we want trailer 1 or 2?
American fiction. What is that about?
I have no idea. We're about to see. Is everybody ready?
No.
It's
Not at all.
Oh man,
Never heard of it, but she says it's funny. So
Mexican. You're being very generous, my friend. 7 out of 10.
Wow.
I give it a 2. It made me so angry. I didn't even realize how angry Rebel Moon made me. All right, is it actually hilarious or like I'm gonna off myself hilarious?
Trip says it's hilarious. Seriously, so it's seriously. It's serious and hilarious.
How did you come to write this book?
What really struck me was that too few books were about my people.
This hurts. This is cringe beyond cringe.
This poor bald white man back here.
strong start.
Where are our stories? Where?
I don't know. Fucking write them.
Where's our representation? I've seen your.
You have a fucking piece of paper and a pencil or a computer. Write that shit. Like, I don't understand. You waiting for somebody else to do it? Jesus. Why is my toilet not full of shit? Because you.
Hey, if she wants to know where her representation is, it's ISOM by Eric July.
There you go. Get it now.
I thought Isom was in The Shadow Rising.
Oh, well, ISOM or ISOM or whatever is.
Wait, Dovey's right. They did do it. It's called Magical Shitbox movie that we just watched the trailer for. He's right. Something about magical things, trees. I don't know. It's already evacuated.
This is not funny. This is painful.
All right, here we go. Where's our representation, Emporio?
Where's our representation?
Everybody's nodding because she is so. Look at this. Poor
Notice how the entire class is white.
That poor white woman looks so miserable.
Look at this guy, like thinking hard, real back here. He's like,
You're right.
You may
Where
have
is that book?
This hurts so much.
Would you give us the pleasure of reading an excerpt?
Yo, Sharonda, girl, you be pregnant again? If I is, Ray Ray is gonna be a real father this time around.
Stereotype much?
Oh my god,
that was good. No, I like that. Okay.
Hey, I speak jive too.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, Karen is the first one up.
I paused this with this. I don't know. My God.
The music.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
Too many times in a row.
Books are good, but they're
Oh
not
my
popular.
god.
Look at me.
Editors, they want a black book.
They have a
They want
A
a black book?
black
There is a black
book?
book. It's called the Black Book of Communism.
Yeah, I think it's satire.
black book. I'm black, and it's my book.
You know what I mean.
It's a goddamn.
So
mess.
wait, did the black guy write a book without a black main character, and they didn't like it?
I'm not sure. But the messenger thinks it's a goddamn masterpiece.
Wow, that tells you how professional they sound when they have to say it's a goddamn masterpiece.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking heathens.
At least they didn't say it's a triumph.
It is a triumph, though. All right, here we go.
Look at what they publish. Look at what they expect us to write. I just want to rub their noses in it.
My path. Okay. Sorry, pausing for music.
Is he implying that we want black people to write books full of like negative black stereotypes, and that's what we want black people to write? Is that what he's saying?
I think that's what the movie's saying, yes.
Yep.
That's where the...
There is a book like that. It's called My Thug Life, and it is egregious.
All right, here we go.
I'd be standing outside in the night.
Deadbeat dads, rappers, crack. You said you wanted black stuff. That's black, right?
I see what you're doing.
Am I supposed to be cracking up? I mean, it's okay. I get it, but it's like it's okay. Like,
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm just laughing because it's
sad.
It is kind of sad. I actually read a book that did sort of like that, where they like used a ton of slang. Like, it was horrible to read because they were using like L and 8 inside the text of the book, and it was just like, how did this ever get published?
No, I
and
get
now
it.
he's doing the exact same sort of thing, but with like black slang.
No, it's like as TK, the black guy writes books that aren't stereotypical, and the publishing house passes them. No, I get it. I'm not. We're not halfway through. It was this was funny at the beginning here. I just haven't found anything to laugh at yet. I get it. I get the concept. We'll see. Maybe
I think it's because you're a humor, like, you know.
We believe Mr. Lee has written a bestseller.
It's a joke. The most lucrative joke you've ever told.
Now, is Stag a pseudonym?
Yeah. Mr. Lee can't use his real name.
Is this based on your actual life?
wow.
Racist, Max?
Wow. Just
He writes a story about drug dealers.
Yeah, you think
and
some
crack.
bitch-ass college boy can come up with that shit?
No, I don't.
Can I ask what you were in for?
pause it.
Was it
The Guardian. Well, they're a bastion of good reviewing quality.
The Daily
And no, it's
Wire
not
was-
funny.
The Daily Wire was here too somewhere. AP.
The Daily Beast. It was the Daily Beast.
Okay.
And we all know they're very objective when it comes to reviewing stuff.
It's hard to tell in a trailer, but I mean, if it's just poking fun, whatever. It's I don't know. I don't know.
Murder? You said that, not me.
They ran 300,000 copies. Your books changed people's lives.
They're offering $4 million for the movie rights.
Yes!
The dumber I behave, the richer I
Only
get.
$4 million?
Wow.
And it
Did
only
you,
sold 300,000 copies?
did y'all hear what he just said?
What-
Basically saying the more I write dumb stuff about black people, the richer I get. I mean, just racist. Anyone? Just ugh.
I don't know. It might just not be for me. It's okay.
It's okay.
I mean,
We all know that you like the why am I Sandler and what have you.
Yeah.
That's my
Billy
boy.
Madison. That's my Oh, That's My Boy. We can watch the trailer for That's My Boy. That's a wicked good movie. It's got Vanilla Ice in it. Hell yeah.
This has gone too far.
Stag Arley is still on the run from authorities.
You haven't done anything. It's not like they can arrest you.
I wish I could go back to not selling books.
Is it bad to cater to people's tastes?
So
why are the cops after him?
Because he wrote that he was a gangster, and it's now a bestseller. So the cops are they think he's really a bad man because he wrote a true
Oh,
story.
and because he's black, they'll ramrod it through court.
I bet you they'll make a point in this film when they'll say if he was white and had written a book like that, they wouldn't be after him.
I don't know. I don't know.
If you want to hate everything, you'll hate everything.
Lyle, what's
so
funny-
you need to try laughing more.
Lyle, what's
I
funny
don't
is
even know what this is. It's like maybe it's not my type of comedy. I guess.
Lyle, what's funny is I would not put past them to put what you just said down.
I mean,
or
I
say
don't
that in the
know
movie.
what this is. I don't want to hate this. I don't know what it is. It's just it's a satire.
This comes off as
making fun of white people again. Like that's. I mean,
Yay.
making fun. Like,
This is bashing white people. It's also bashing black culture too. If you,
I mean, it's like I don't care. It's not nearly as bad as the other one, but for me, right? Like it's just I don't think it's funny. That I don't.
Oh no, it's not funny.
I'm just not. I'm not offended by this. It's like, but I'm not laughing. That's all. That like I'm not like. It's just like I don't know. Like
People want to love you, Monk. You should let them love all of you.
There's already so much buzz because of the movie deal.
Michael B. Jordan is circling.
We want to put him on the cover in one of those scarves, I guess you would call them, tied around his head.
We need to, man. It's good.
Wait, did they call the rags that they wear in prison one of those scarves?
Yeah.
Yep. There is nothing in here that is funny at all.
A do-rag?
Do-rag, that's it. Do-rag and a tank top with the muscles showing.
Somebody call the fire department.
We're thinking we can get it out in hydrogen tea.
That was boring, bland, with a little healthy dose of racism thrown in.
it's just not. I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm just. Brian. I don't know. I didn't like Lady Ballers, so is that what we're at? Like
I've not watched Lady Ballers. Is it any good?
I couldn't watch
It's
it.
all right. I gave it like a 6 out of 10.
Like,
I mean, they're trying. They're trying to. I watched a little bit. And I was just like,
I couldn't.
It's like the B tier comedies of the early 2000s. You know, like sorority girls and what have you. That type of thing.
You know what's a funny movie? Network is a funny movie.
Network.
1976.
Happy New Year, Chip. I don't know.
That's one of my dad's favorite comedies.
That's a funny movie. Tootsie is a funny movie. Mrs. Doubtfire is a funny movie.
It's just look, man. I'm not.
You defeated Trip, okay?
Look, no, I can see why people would find that funny.
Some of it was funny, but it felt also racist, and it felt weird laughing at it because of how racist it was.
Yeah. Also, I just didn't think a lot of it was funny. If I'm being completely honest, I thought it was more racist than funny.
When she read the book and started talking in jive, I laughed. I mean, but that's where it stopped, because then it was just like, I don't know.
That's one of the big problems we've seen with all this woke invasion of Hollywood, is the death of comedy. Comedy has really suffered under the woke thing. I mean,
that's because they are trying to market for a global market, and comedy doesn't sell globally; it only sells locally. Because what is funny to you and what is satire or what have you is things based off of your local area, and so somebody from like Europe isn't going to understand the satire or political discourse of America.
I just no. It's like I don't know. It's just not my deal. That's all. I guess I don't know. I just don't.
Has anyone? Here's a question. This may be off topic. Has anyone here actually watched The British Office?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't watched any Office.
I just don't think it's funny.
My sister loves The Office. She thinks it's the funniest thing on the face of the earth.
No.
I don't understand. I don't understand why she does, but she just does.
I just didn't find it funny. I'm not. I don't. I wasn't. It's just.
It's all about build up and
not-
punchline delivery. You know, that's comedy.
It's like okay, he's they want the stereotypical black guy making stereotypical black.
I've seen better.
That's all. I mean, and it's just a trailer, so maybe it's funny. I get the whole concept. I'm not even like. I'm not even going to the racist thing. I thought the delivery of the first thing by the woman at the books thing. I thought that was funny. I laughed at that, but the rest of it was just like okay, the stupid white publishers are idiots.
What's the name of this movie again? American something?
American Fiction.
American Fiction.
So I mean, I don't know. I get it. It's just not. Maybe it's not stupid enough for me.
No, it's just one of those.
It's true, Craig. True. It's not saying a whole lot. You're right. You're right.
I
don't know.
These dramedies are. I mean, these dramedies are not.
Look, if somebody said it was funny, I wouldn't be like, "We're crazy." I just, it wasn't.
There isn't any. I don't know. I didn't find it funny. I'm with you, Stu. I didn't find it funny.
If they're poking fun at racism, cool. I just didn't laugh. I laughed at the one part.
I don't know, but I didn't get the sense. I didn't get the sense they were making fun of the racial stereotypes, though. I didn't get the sense that was their intent. But hey, maybe I'm off. I could be wrong.
I think part of the issue is I'm on social media too much. Maybe I got to go touch grass. But when they bring up the arguments of like, where's my representation, yada yada, it strikes too close to home to how all of the conversations on social media go. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think that, but it's obviously it's poking fun. The guy's like, "This is stupid. I'm writing junk and people are eating it up." I get it. I get the concept. I
don't know.
It doesn't make great comedy.
It's not. And maybe in the whole context of the whole movie, maybe it just has a better flow and needs to get going. I don't know. It didn't pop out me as like uber hilarious. It was like, that's all. But
like I said, it's not like. Although I do have although there is one thing I am kind of interested in as we wrap up this new year, as we finish up this new year, is what's the favorite movie everyone saw this year?
I don't like
probably Godzilla.
Godzilla -1.
Probably
favorite movie.
I don't even know.
I mean, there was the Mario movie. There was Godzilla.
Yeah, probably the Mario movie. Honestly, I mean, Oppenheimer was pretty good, but it was long
It was long, but it was good. And it had Florence Pugh's tits. That's always good.
It was good. No, it was good. But yeah, I don't know. It's almost
hard to say. Probably Mario.
Yeah,
I saw Mario twice.
Yeah, probably Mario. Yeah, so.
Oh, is everyone looking forward to the what is it? The live action Zelda film that's coming from
I don't know.
I have some
Nintendo?
concerns about
I'm very
that.
concerned.
If Nintendo keeps the same executive control over the IP as they did over Mario, it will probably be all right. But the issue is
Miyamoto himself announced it, and if you don't know who Miyamoto is, he's pretty much the creator of Zelda and Mario back in from the very beginning. So
the other thing is though, like Link doesn't speak.
he did speak in the animated show. Excuse me,
Princess, yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen this.
Is it live action?
Yes, I think it's live action. I think it's live action.
So I think
what's live action?
Zelda movie.
The Zelda film is live action. It's live action.
I think that's a.
Who are they making it with? Who's the company
the guy that did Kingdom of the guy that's going to be doing that, the guy that's directing the upcoming Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and I think he worked on one of the Maze Runner movies.
I don't just make.
Oh, I was actually rewatching those, and I was in the second one of the movies, and
of what the Maze
Caesar
Runner
actually has some really good positive family messaging. Like how he communicates with his son.
Yeah, I liked Dawn and I liked War of the Planet of the Apes. I liked all three.
Yeah, they were okay.
They were solid.
Yeah, they were solid.
I don't know. I don't know if Kingdom is going to be any good because they don't have Andy Serkis, and then B they don't have Matt Reeves either. So they have totally new creative team.
Is this the end? Or I thought they said this is the beginning of a new final trilogy.
I don't know. I'll assume it is. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows these days? But
I mean, it's basically so like the Caesar films was both basically kind of taking the idea of conquest of the Planet of the Apes and Battle for the Planet of the Apes and kind of turning it on its head, creating like a backstory for ape culture. Now we're going into what would be the original Planet of the Apes with Cornelius and Dr. Cornelius, Dr. Zero, Dr. Zaius, and
Dr. Zaius,
and humanity now being reduced to living in the woods with everything.
In the third movie they came up with a speech disease or something, so you can't speak anymore. Humans can't speak or do anything, so that's why they're all dumb by the beginning of the first Planet of the Apes movie.
Interesting.
Well, I think, fellas, we've been going for almost 4 hours, which is crazy.
Yep.
Because, I didn't know what we were going to even talk about. So,
American fiction, apparently.
Yeah, apparently fiction and something about magical other things.
I guess it's too highbrow for us, Steve.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just too stupid to understand, but yeah, thanks guys for hanging out and for coming in as members, and think about coming to a member. More chats to come.
Yeah, this hat materialized because I joined the Dragon Sworn.
It got a little heavy in there, but I think it was a good chat, right? Yeah.
Well, once again, like I said, I didn't mean to lead us down the road with my that, but anyway.
Hey, guys, Salty's always going down that road. It feels like every time I'm in here, he comes in and it ends up diverging down that pathway.
Anyway, another point is, gentlemen, I got to head out. My wife's about to kill me if I don't come to bed. So it's
I'm going to bed here.
Good. It was good to talk to all of y'all. I had a grand time, and hopefully many more of these in the new year. So happy New Year to all of y'all, and I will see all of y'all later.
All right, thanks, Lyle, man. I appreciate the support, dude. All right. So I guess you didn't hear I said we're finishing up anyway. So so good night, everybody. And I don't know if who knows if I'll. Tomorrow's the 31st. Who knows? Maybe I'll be on somewhere here, there, everywhere. Who knows? But
Do you like green eggs and ham, Steve?
I do. Sure.
There you go.
Sure. Why not? Yeah, if I do not talk to y'all before the new year, have a happy, safe new year. Be responsible, please. If you're drinking, be responsible. Don't do any of the drinking and driving, please. Hot dogs.
That's a staple of my home province.
What's that? What did I do?
I said that's a staple of my home province.
Don't do it. Stay indoors. Don't drink ever.
I don't drink. But our premier has 2 DUIs.
Well, that's Jesus. Happy New Year, guys! If I don't see you tomorrow, and yeah, I think we'll become a member. Spread the word. Got to get the channel going the right direction, up instead of down. That's what she said. And yeah, until the next stream, next video, we will catch you guys later. Bye.
See ya.
This stream is brought to you by. Have you ever been misunderstood? A puppy in a rage monster's body? Well, we here at Trollocs Lives Matter believe there is a human inside all of us, and
they were effectively genetically engineered war tools.
TLM, because even
nightmare fuel
needs love too.